right, everybody. Holy Moses in the building. We are here. And don't worry, guys. Just in a moment. Just in a moment, guys. We are live here in the compound. Holy Moses in the building. Bearded Beauty. And Wes, you want to hop in the middle? I was going to say slide over. I'm over far. All right. Okay, guys. Yeah.
I just sent it to you.
All right. So, guys, right now we are. Oh, send that to. This is the one for him. For
What up, Kerry? What up, Nico?
okay.
Heck yeah.
What up, Chris? Bam.
Okay.
Why are you doing? Because there's AC, child. It's hot outside. We migrated into the house.
Okay. He said he clicked on it, so it shows him right there, right? But we just got to bring him on.
Well, he's got to activate his.
Okay.
What do you want to call it? Camera. He doesn't have his camera activated yet. So once he activates his camera and goes live, then yeah, then we can definitely do that. But anyways,
Okay.
we're being super lame right now.
Yeah, I know we're being super lame, guys, but tonight this is a fucking very special episode. Another good episode, whatever. If you were born in the 80s or 70s, okay,
80s.
If you're born between the 80s and the 70s, like us.
What up, Gary?
Okay, what up, Gary?
Yes, we are enjoying the AC.
He should just click on it, right, and it'll be fine.
He's got to activate his camera. His
On
camera's
his-
not.
okay.
Yeah, on his end. He's got
Okay,
to activate this camera.
I put click on it and activate the camera on your end.
Yep.
So, guys, tonight,
I mean,
if you
we
were
can add him, but we're just going to hear him.
okay,
That's the problem.
all right. Tonight we have a great episode, and if hopefully he can activate his camera. We already sent the link. Hopefully he's ready to go. Trying to activate camera. Okay, that's what he's trying to do. So we're gonna have in the house in a little bit. Derrick, I can barely say his last name.
You're going to butcher it.
Dang
You should
it.
probably just wait.
Okay,
Derrick that owns.
that used to own
There you go. Used to own.
a certain mini truck that paved the way along with other mini trucks in this scene, in the lowrider scene. It's what paved the way to.
Oh, you almost had it.
You almost had it.
Nope. There. Yep.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
getting there.
No.
It's not. Into
Almost.
share.
Not on.
I was off again.
Now you're on. Okay. He's on, but
Grapevine.
Okay.
Not grapevine.
no, not Grapevine. No, not. We're not talking about the California Raisins. And I said it, and yes, you just heard that. So if you know what I'm talking about, so in a few minutes we will be live with the previous owner
He's got 5 minutes, so.
of Rapwood Envy. This is a 3-time.
Look at that. I like this way better. See, I can sit here. They will need to connect their mic before you can add them. Okay, now his mic's not added.
Okay. Hold on.
We're figuring it
We're
out,
trying to figure
boys
it out.
and girls. Oh, he's got that part done. Now we
Okay.
just got to get his camera up and running.
I'm gonna try to activate both.
Oh, wait. We got white. We got a white screen.
Okay.
We're getting closer.
Okay.
Nope. We're back and forth. We're getting there, ladies
We're
and
getting there.
gentlemen.
Don't worry. It's just very hard. I thought it was gonna be like an easy to use. He's probably like me, not.
He has to be just like you.
Yeah, it's to be all right, guys. Don't worry. We're gonna have him on soon, and we will be talking with Derrick, and once he gets on, so I can pronounce his last name correctly. This is the awesome episode. Teenage me right now is jumping up for joy, screaming, wishing I had my laminated posters of my lowrider magazines, maybe along with Race Car Man. So,
Fun fact, I did have a whole shitload of lowriders literally all over my locker in middle school, from top to bottom. Lowrider, cars, bikes, trucks, you name it. The Joker was in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the Wrapped with Envy was in there.
It's so many iconic trucks. It's my brother's. I don't know why I couldn't do that. But like I'm saying, guys, teenage me right now is jumping up for joy and screaming. We're trying to get everything figured out. We can. I wonder if we can just hear him. Maybe
We can hear him, but
I wonder if we can try to help him while he's gone.
I mean, do you really want to?
Maybe. What do you think? Derek, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Okay.
We
can hear you.
I am really trying to turn this stupid camera
Yeah,
on.
it's I know it's like crazy. It says like that. If you can activate both, it should work. I thought it was like super user friendly.
So did I. So it says, okay, start cam.
See?
Start cam. What is the deal here? I'm trying, guys. I promise.
You're good.
You're good,
You're
man.
good. So, all right.
Settings. Let me see if I can go into settings.
So if you want, we're Derek, just stay there, figuring it out. We're gonna take you off for a minute, and then we'll bring you right back on. Okay?
Apologize. Yes.
All right. No problem.
See,
No problem.
I can mute him.
Okay. Sweet.
So you are muted, just so you know.
Yeah.
If you need help, just text Moses.
Well, he's trying to activate the camera. He's trying to activate the camera. What he's trying to do. So right now, guys, Derek's trying to get his camera activated. We can hear him. You know, we'll talk if you guys want to. If you guys are okay with that, we can do that. But we're kind of. I wonder if his phone won't let him do it unless he has to have the thing.
Oh, if something's been spotted. The steering wheel.
Oh yeah, that's hanging because we got to pull on it. Go hang on it, Wes.
Don't do it. You're gonna die.
I realized where it's at. I'm like, no.
And guys, I believe what we're doing Sunday.
What?
What are we gonna go drop it on? What's the first test?
Well, I mean, technically there is a test that already happened. I just didn't video the test because that shit was stupid.
Okay, so let's fucking do another one.
We can do another one. Here, let me check the weather.
So okay,
I need to have something else to put it on because I'm not fucking my dash up.
Oh, it did?
No, I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's what I was trying to see. If
Yeah, sure.
Like,
We can fuck around it. We can fuck around on Monday because the high is supposed to be 110.
Okay.
Now he's out.
Now he's out.
Okay, he'll come
Hold
back.
on.
But yeah, it's supposed to be 110 on Monday. And the picture says, let's see. No, it really wasn't. That's the worst part. It wasn't even 100 degrees when I tested it. There it is, right there. 98 degrees outside, and that son of a bitch was 175 degrees on the dash. Yeah.
So,
and that was only 2 hours.
Do you have a little video of it? You can stick it
No,
up
I
there?
have no video. Okay. I have no video.
So,
Otherwise,
guys,
I would have already
first
done
test, it's already at 175. Now,
for 2 hours,
for 2 hours
on the dash.
On the dash. Okay. The next test we're gonna do, we're gonna get video of it, and you want to fucking check it out in the middle of the fucking street or something, or run it the fuck over?
Nico, that son of a bitch was hot. I even made my coworker grab it, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not grabbing that."
All right, guys. I know it's like we're trying to get him back on because he just clicked out. I'm trying to figure this out, and we're trial and error right now with a lot of stuff. So we are going to test that thing hopefully this weekend.
Well, I'm on call, so it's gonna stay close to work. But yeah, we'll fuck around. We'll find out.
Oh, it's fucking seriously. We fucking throw that shit. Be on it. What's
somebody else has got to work this weekend too.
No, yeah. Technically, I'm on call at like midnight tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, that's when it switches over.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Basically Friday midnight,
Okay.
Trying to find out what it says on
midnight
here.
01 to Friday or Thursday midnight.
All right, guys. Quick question: If he gets back on and we can't see him but we can hear him, we'll have to do it like that until we can get him to click on, or we can figure out how to. Man, I wish there was a way to like teleport.
He's going for his phone. Streaming everything.
Yeah. I sent him the thing, so hopefully it'll come back on. Yes, we audio only is fine. All right, Derrick.
That might be. I just wanted to check mine.
Yeah, audio's fine on our end.
Try to invite him.
No, that's Carrie.
No,
It's the same link.
okay.
Yeah, no, he's not commenting yet. So that's the thing.
All right.
He's not commenting yet, but you're trying to
I'm
figure
trying
it
to.
out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get.
Either way, anyways, back on the ranch.
All right.
Where everything's dandy.
So you got a chop saw? Not the handheld one.
No, I don't have a chop saw.
Okay.
Why would I have a chop saw? Why are we cutting shit up?
Because I need to get that better.
Oh,
And I need to get the floor.
Oh.
I need to get the floor done. And, yeah.
tell him click the link that we already sent him from before.
Link.
Yeah, it should be at that point.
Yeah,
And then figure out what he needs to fill out.
all he's got to do is click on the actual. Get there, do his name, and
As
then
long as
it'll
he's
tell him.
there,
Hold on. This is what we're doing.
we're all working together. We got it.
And there's 10 of you, 9 of you watching.
Yeah, I know. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Blah, 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 blah. But we're going to go till we go.
Yeah, I know. That's the best part. Everybody's used to our bullshit. Yeah. So. Oh God. I just heard it go click, and I'm like, I'm going
I don't
down.
want to go. Don't. I'm not going.
I'm not going. Well, I mean, I got the chair right behind me. I'm good. I got the recliner right there.
I just sent him this. I just sent him that. Hopefully you can.
Anyway, so back on the ranch.
Back on the ranch. Upcoming show, 4th of July, Unfinished Business.
That's this weekend.
Laughlin, Unfinished Business is this
No,
weekend.
Laughlin's not this weekend.
No. The Unfinished Business, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
in Paris.
Unfinished Business in Paris, California.
No, Paris, France.
I don't
Yes,
fucking know.
of course.
It could be
California.
Paris, Texas. It could be
Hey.
Paris, Texas.
Yes, it's in California.
All right. Unfinished Business in Cali. If you're out there, be safe, have fun.
Or if you're going,
also be safe, have fun.
watch out for fires.
I'm gonna go back
No pun
to
intended.
the beginning and start over. Okay, cool. He's gonna go back to the beginning and start over. Okay,
Well, I was going to say near Paris, France. If anybody cares, 24 hours on this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What?
Or any
Le Mans.
race car stuff.
Oh shit!
24-hour Le Mans.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's gonna be on the Map TV channel too.
That'll be
Fucking
so
shit, dude. Well, over there, you see those motherfuckers skirting corner? Picture if somebody did that with a mini truck. Well, they do have those too out there.
They
The
have
lo-
drift trucks. that are
Yeah.
bagged.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, here
No, here.
Oh.
There's a bunch of.
they always go out to
Yeah, I know
Cali.
there was one guy hoping we'd had a little bit better audio connection with Paul last week. But there was a guy who built a, I don't know if it was a Coma, but a standard cab Hilux set up to drift. Dude, full tube frame and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, damn thing laid pretty much almost laid on the ground, dude. But he turned that thing sideways and everything else. And I think he had a 2JZ in it or something like that, turbo. It was crazy.
Gnarly as shit.
Jeez.
Engineered to slide, I think.
That's the thing, like,
name of it.
I'm telling you, people don't. Mini trucks are underrated. People don't realize that
Mini trucks are a lot of fun.
you can modify the fuck out of those things.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just be
I mean, even Pinky when I had my pink taco.
sorry, Wes.
Yeah.
I
Drifted the shit out of that thing
What
a
the
few
fuck?
times.
Goddamn, can't remember
And the
what truck.
Frontier. Remember in the rain?
I
Mm-hmm.
gotta say, get that rear end. That's no problem at all. It's gonna go wherever
Yeah,
you
we were
want it.
fucking around finding out a little bit.
Yeah, so that's the thing is just like it's always underrated. Everything's always underrated.
We're always underrated.
Mini trucks in general. So once we get Derrick back on, Teenage Me wants to scream. Because it's unreal. It's crazy because you never think in a million years the WW pit crew is here. Okay, sweet, hell yeah. Can we send them the link?
Well, they're on YouTube, so they would
Oh.
have to do a whole lot of work.
Okay.
They would have to find you on Facebook. They would
All
have
right,
to
pick-
do this, that, and
Pit
then
crew
some.
answers. Damn. So were you guys the guys that set everything up during the shows, like the displays, or what part of the pit crew is it? Like the homies?
Well, of course,
We
you always
find
have
out.
the homies
I was
that.
gonna say, man, his display. I think probably a couple hours.
Hopefully it starts at the beginning.
But it was beautiful.
Where we at? Nothing. Still trying.
Let's see.
He's still
He's
trying.
starting at the beginning.
Yeah, that's fine. Only do so much.
You tell them to move.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying
Once
to-
he gets it to go, I'm sure it'll go like that.
Let's hope.
I remember it took me a minute too.
Yeah,
I
Like,
know,
on
I was-
first initial. Oh, here we
No,
go.
here we go.
No,
No, we all
worked.
worked and set up the truck. Nice. Okay. Well, since so hopefully we can get Derrick on. Another quick question for Santiago Hernandez. All right.
Until the next answer
What
comes up.
throughout your guys' process of
Oh, well, they're all chiming in. There's your crew chief.
okay, cool, crew chief. Was there a to-do list from the beginning of what he started, or was it something that you guys just all got together and huddled in as a club, or and got together and go, hey man, let's build this? When he brought you the idea.
What up, Jeremy?
What up, Yodeling?
Yodeling.
Yodeling. That's what I want to know from the crew chief, guys.
Oh damn, we're going.
I know, but we're still trying to.
I mean, even if
I just
even
said
if he can't be in video, we can still add him in voice at this point because he's got all of his crew chiming in from back in the day.
I bet you they're probably texting them too. I bet you they are.
Or
I
they're
bet
on
you
their way
probably
over there. Like,
texting them.
oh, we got you. bro.
Yeah,
We'll
they're
figure
about to
this
go
out
over there.
for you."
Okay, I'm gonna tell them if we can hear you, that's okay. If you can't get the camera going.
He can send you pictures and you can show them on the video screen here.
I'm gonna put your crew chief is here.
We getting there. We getting there. All matters.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Another one.
Oh, Santiago.
Yep, Santiago.
Santiago, I came in with Kenny through the mutual friend, and it was a big fan of the truck when it was California Racing. I knew it was California Racing. Fuck
You didn't
you.
know that?
No, I thought it was. When I got the picture, I always thought it was just two different fucking trucks growing up. When I was growing up, I thought it was two different trucks.
What I was gonna say, I think it even had part. It still had its top on. You
Yeah.
just cut the top off
And
the
made it with
California
that.
Raisins, and then eventually.
See, I think
went
I
from
probably
there
missed that.
into the different
Versions.
versions of WWE.
See, that's I always thought it was two fucking separate trucks. Holy shit! I just
Well, and it was nice because Derrick was local for us.
So he was here.
He was here, showed it like World of Wheels and lowrider shows and everything else. My first anything with that truck was seeing it at a World of Wheels show here locally. So I assumed he lived here, and I thought he did. Maybe at one point in
I
time.
don't know. Hopefully,
Or
we can
else
ask him.
he visited here quite often.
Hopefully, we can ask him. He said Santiago says.
Oh, here. I'll click it. Sorry.
Santiago says, I'm a DJ at RC Gaming Show in Del Mar. Wow, I was videotaping the truck. Wow.
So he probably had the over
He's got
shoulder
dude,
camera
that was that fucking
Yeah, think about the cameras back in the
camera
day.
and
dude.
everything else, man.
That's like lugging around a
That-
30 pack on your shoulder.
Dropping
Yeah.
the tapes, dropping
You know-
the tape with it, probably.
You know what sucks is like
The battery alone, you take the battery off, it's like, oh my god, it's
Right.
so much lighter.
and now we're all our own cameraman.
Yeah, now look, I got a camera on you. Got a
All
camera
right.
on.
Hopefully he can.
Oh, we got a text coming in.
Got the camera working. That's what he said. Okay.
Enter the studio, and I will do the clicky thing.
Now he's trying to get into the studio. Awesome. Awesome. All right. All right. Dude, I'm. Whoo, whoo. Yeah, just picture if we had Fester on, and we could ask. Oh.
That would be interesting.
I mean, we could go.
Well, I got video somewhere in my phone. I gotta look for it when we fucking went to Dino's. Shit.
No, but we need to go to Fester's museum.
Yes. If we that would be sick. Yeah, because then we can totally work with that schedule. Fuck, I go do. We can go do that shit in
Pre-record
a
that one.
day.
Bro,
Fuck
there's
that.
gonna be so much footage that would have to be.
Yeah. So
You're never gonna shut up.
I think we've only got a couple trucks in the garage.
Doesn't matter. Those couple.
Yeah.
shit.
Those couple
Okay.
trucks are worth.
All right, now he's there. He's in the wrong side.
Where did he go?
He's on our side.
Well,
He ended up on that side on the
oh, he's doing his own thing.
left.
Gotta
What?
Go back and use the link. Send 'em.
Yeah, he's got to click on the link.
Go back?
Start it. Yeah, he's got to click on the link.
Oh, go.
I started it. He
Use
took
the link
over.
that
Oh,
you
okay.
sent him.
Oh, Santiago said he started it. I
Click.
started it. He took over.
Click on the link. Go back and click.
Yeah,
Go-
sign. Like, get out of there and then click on the link, and then it'll do its thing.
Okay.
We're getting there.
He entered the studio.
He
Or-
entered his own studio.
Oh.
That's why he's.
Oh, so he should have just
That's where
waited.
he's where Layframe is.
So I should have told him to wait for the camera. So how do I fucking work this shit? Work that
Just
shit.
have them go through the link.
I'm fucking.
because-
I am.
See, this is what I did. I went back on
Yeah,
the link you sent me, clicked on it,
and it goes right in.
entering the studio,
So he should have just let it go.
allow, and then
That's it.
there it goes. I put in a display name and then enter a studio.
Okay.
And I'd probably pop up there.
Okay.
So
Don't worry, guys. We're
because
trying
I
to
think
get it.
when you go through and you download the app for
Mhm.
StreamYard,
Yeah.
it wants you to create your own.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what I was having an issue there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want Michael to wait any longer, but just like jamming, trying to get it through. And that's remembering that's what it was trying to do. So that's probably what happened.
Yeah, he's literally.
He's living himself.
Yeah, he's living himself right now. Oh wait.
All right, let's go. What's it say? DJ is my favorite Caribbean true legend. Okay, hell yeah. So it's and then it's just
I don't know how to go back on these stupid piece of shit rotten apples.
there.
I'm just waiting now.
All right, hopefully he's almost got it. He started to live himself.
He's getting there, guys.
Okay, he's getting there. All right.
Anyways, back on the ranch. Anybody else do anything fun this week besides work their asses off?
Sweat a little bit.
A lot of it.
Sweat so much and fucking wash my hands so much, my fucking shit came off.
Well,
man,
that's
dude.
probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. You almost look normal.
Scared the
Almost
fuck
so
out of me.
Calgon, you'd be good.
Fuck, scared the shit out of me,
You
dude.
just needed to go work outside a little bit.
Go back in the sun. Yeah, I can't hide like a vampire.
No, you can't.
And my brown's coming back. Ah!
And this is where we all go to hell. Sorry, guys.
It's not coming off. It's not coming off.
I know, this is like, oh shit, it's coming back. I was getting white spots. My white privilege is coming out.
Yeah, your white privilege was trying to come out so hard. It was
I know,
calcified.
right? It's like shit. All right. So for the fucking
crew.
crew chief and the pit crew, was there a to-do list? Was there a sheet like that said, "All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna start with this."
Well, we got laughing going on. We got bunch of people laughing at you for that.
Yeah,
Joke.
I know, probably. No.
What?
That's
Yeah, he's still stalemating.
all right. Hopefully, we'll get him on, guys. Don't worry, we'll get him on. Oh, okay. I think it's.
Water time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Toph.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Topher.
Santiago. Kenny was in charge of towing the truck in the trailer to the shows cross country. We all worked hard to set up and watch and stay close during the events for family.
I just to see you changed your picture. Love you too, Bob.
So kind of start over.
What?
So
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't texted anything. That's me texting him.
I know, but like.
Yeah.
Tell him don't click this. Don't click what? Because
No, back out of the window that he's on.
Uh-huh.
So back out of StreamYard.
Okay.
And then he has to literally just click the link for Messenger. It'll pull it up. Then he just follows the prompt twos after
Where it
that.
needs to go, yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
now he already activated it.
All right. Yo. Hey, can you hear me? Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on. Here. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, dude.
No list. Everything came natural.
Okay. So.
Oh, he's videoing.
Yeah, I know, but I have to.
All right.
No. Hold on.
I know.
Hold on. We'll fix it. This is a shitty part. This is a shitty part.
That's
This is,
speaker.
yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on, dude. Okay, my roommate's gonna talk you through the link.
So you're gonna back out of that. You're gonna close that StreamYard page.
Okay. Closed.
Yep. And then you're gonna go back to the Messenger that Moses sent you. You're gonna click on the link that we sent you before,
The personal one.
and then you're just gonna follow that prompt again because now you activated your camera. So it should let you in.
I didn't click it through my phone. I'm actually trying to use my laptop. Should I just try to use my phone?
Oh, he's trying to use his laptop. Should be the same
Do
shit.
you have Facebook on your laptop?
Do,
I'm trying to remember.
Or just tell me
okay,
to try it on the
let
phone.
me click on this link. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it if you want.
Well, if he has,
What's up, Clint?
what up, Clint?
I can't click on you because I'm multitasking.
If he has Messenger on his laptop,
Yeah,
then he can click into Messenger, Facebook Messenger if you have that on your laptop.
Facebook, I clicked on it. I don't know my username. I'm trying to find my user. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Hold on.
We got sup fuckers.
All right.
Enter the studio, accept all the cookies.
Okay.
Allow mic and camera access.
Okay.
Allow.
But don't. It should come up to that screen.
It's gonna switch him now. That's why he's
Okay.
pausing.
Okay.
Use the phone would be easier. Oh, that's yep. I think he's
what?
trying to reconnect.
He's trying to reconnect.
No,
Don't worry.
your phone
Oh,
is.
my phone.
Up, see now
Yes.
we're just gonna add him.
Okay. We can hear you.
Close that.
Hold on. Yeah.
Well, we have him.
Wow.
Now he's got to
Okay. I just ended it.
yeah. So
Okay.
maybe now it'll let him come in.
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
Clint's gonna be here mid-July.
Can you hear us? Hell yeah, Clint. I need your help.
We're gonna hang out, Clint.
Can you hear us? Derrick. Yes. Can you hear us?
We have him.
We have him. Ah.
No, we just
Okay,
he
you're
muted-
good.
He muted himself. He unmuted
Unmute.
himself.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Hope you can hear us, man.
Can you hear the sound of
Sound
my
of my
voice?
Can you hear the sound of my voice?
Oh, I can produce. Yeah, I can do all kinds of
All
fun
right,
things.
cool. Ah.
Well, he did it.
Dang, you were there, dude. He was almost with us, guys.
Yep.
He was almost with us.
Oh, Jordan James.
Jordan James. What's up?
How's the steering wheel?
We're about ready to test it this weekend because
This
we're trying
weekend
to.
we're gonna destroy it.
Oh, is there? Oh shit, no, because is there cars
Nope.
across the street?
Oh, no,
Yes!
yes, we got him. We got him.
Stay right there.
Now we got him.
Yeah. Shit. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
All right, now
All
we
right.
have you.
Fuck yeah. All right, guys. Right now in the house, fucking teenage me is screaming. Okay.
Hang on, let's see if I can. Nope, I can't turn up.
All right,
his
that's
mic.
fine.
Oh, automatic.
Automatic.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry it took forever for me to get on. I was trying my best.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah. All right. So, dude, teenage me right now is can't believe this because I was in '92. I was like second grade, grabbing a
Oh, wow.
magazine. You know, like trust me, my brothers were driving around stanced out trucks with 15 by 10s, Datsuns, and D50s on hydraulics with blades.
Hell
You know, so I grew up going to the lowrider shows and seeing this stuff. But to actually have you on the show, man, thank you. And Derrick, how do you say your last name? Because I don't want to butcher it.
Okay. It's actually pretty simple. It's Jhagroo.
Jhagroo.
That's it.
All right.
It's like
Dang.
Django.
Oh, okay. But Jhagroo. All right.
Correct.
Okay, cool. That's where they got the movie from, probably. So, dude, oh man,
I see some of my pit crew guys was chiming in, huh?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So,
Albert,
okay.
yeah, and
Okay,
and
so
my
how
buddy.
did this start?
How did what start?
Okay, take me back to take me back to the '90s, and dude.
So check it out.
Okay.
The truck Rap with Envy was actually a graduation gift because I graduated a year ahead of my class.
Okay.
I graduated from Moon Valley High School in Phoenix.
Oh, so you were in Arizona?
Yes, I got the truck from West
Okay.
Valley Nissan in
Oh,
Glendale.
okay. Yeah, turn off that fan, please, Wes.
I actually purchased my truck was a graduation gift because I graduated like
Hit the power button right there.
a year.
No, right
Can
there,
you hear
bottom
me?
power button.
Yeah. We're just our end.
I got the truck from West Valley Nissan in Glendale.
47th Avenue in Glendale.
Yeah, West Valley Nissan in Glendale.
My mom bought a car from there.
How much?
The truck was 6,500 or 7,000, something like that.
Cab extra.
At that time.
Cab.
At that time.
Mind you, at that time, I mean, gas was only like crap, not even $1. I don't think. Man, I sound old.
No, it was. I remember at some places it was 89 cents.
Correct.
Some places still had regular because I would have to get out. I would have to get out at AM/PM on Peoria to pump regular sometimes for my dad.
Wow, I lived off of 33rd and Cactus, and then I used to live in Buckeye at 202nd Avenue and it's like literally like right there by Jackrabbit Trail.
Oh damn, we're way out there, bro.
You lived out there where I used to live.
Yeah,
Oh,
I used to live out there too, bro. For real.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay,
So,
so
I'm a
you bought this
Phoenician.
truck. So you bought this truck in the '90s for almost $7,000.
We'll call it 7.
We'll call it
Correct.
7.
I
So
you
take
know
me back.
when I got it, it had like an old white camper shell, like like one of those aluminum ones, but it was the only one that was automatic. I can only drive automatic. Don't tell nobody, but I guess it's too late now.
All right.
But it was the only truck on the lot that was automatic, and I got the truck, and I picked up an issue of Lowrider magazine, and I saw the desirable ones. The desirable ones, when I saw them and they had a layout, I was like, man, I really want to do this to my truck. So that's how just one thing led to another. And actually, I got involved in a slight hit and run when my truck was white, and I got a little bit of money out of it, and I took it, and I had ground effects put on it, and a Targa top, and then California Raisins started hitting real big, and Reds ended up doing the first double scissor lift on the truck. Paco, he just passed away not too long ago, but he had him and Efren, they did the truck, and I decided to put California Raisins on it and call it Raisin Hell. And then
Okay.
from there,
So like I said earlier, and people heard me when we started, I literally thought that was 2 separate trucks.
no,
So
same truck.
dang, dude, I was totally wrong.
Yeah, same truck.
I remember when it was a California Raisin.
Uh-huh.
Delivered Domino's pizzas.
Nice.
Man, I used to cruise Metro Center.
Oh yeah, that's gone now.
That I used to cruise Metro Center. Then I would go. You know, there was like the north part of Central, and then there was the south part of
Yeah.
Central. You had to cross over the bridge and go. And that's what I would do. I would cruise the north side first, and then I would go down to the south side and cruise all the way down to South Mountain, and then excuse me. Jeez.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Apologize. Thank you. Yeah. So after that, man, I did my first car show that I actually did was in Yuma, Arizona. I did the new class car show, and that was the first time I had some things done on the truck. I had some the Centec wheels, I think it was, or was it KMC's? Man, I don't remember, man. It's been so long.
No.
But I went there and I did the first show. My parents went, and afterwards they got the itch with me as far as like to compete with the truck. So after that, I ended up hooking up with there was a truck that was pretty well known in Arizona back in the days called Champagne Sweet. It was an older Datsun. The guy's name was Larry. He had a body shop, and Bobby Haregi from Group Car Club. He had a LeSabre called Nice Steve. Well, he was here because he used to date his daughter, and they worked at Larry's shop. Bottom line, I ended up taking the truck there and did the suicide doors. We did the candy paint job, and I barely made it in time for my first lowrider show, and I took second place to Raw Deal.
And was that like the first stages of Rap with
Yes.
Envy? Or
I would say that the first stage of Rap with Envy was that. That was when it had actually was it before that? No. It was that. Yeah, and I took best candy, and I took second place to Raw Deal in sweepstakes. I didn't know nothing about sweepstakes category, but I knew that I wanted to be in first place. And then I ended up joining Sophisticated Few.
Carlos Ramirez says, I used to live across the street from the gas station in Oceanside.
Yep, he sure did. This when I moved to Oceanside, it was already painted up, and I think, did I win Truck of the Year yet? I think I did win Truck of the Year already this first year.
So throughout you getting it from a graduation present to having your parents see you win a show to where you started slowly getting into it, did it just snowball into effect, or was there some kind of like I was asking earlier from the crew chief guys and the pit crew, was there a build sheet? Was there something that you guys were, all right, we're going to go off of this, I'm going to call it this, and this is what we're going to do?
So the truck came from the part where I was sitting with my girlfriend at the time. Her name was Connie. We were just talking about the truck, and Bobby had already sprayed it, and it had ribbons like in the paint job. And I was like, those ribbons look like they're wrapping around the whole truck. And she goes, yeah, and everybody's gonna be so envious of you. And then I was like, yeah, like Rap with Envy, huh? And I was like, wait a minute. And that's how the name came about. And
That's tight.
but it was pretty, I always wanted to have like the best mini truck, or at least something that was, whenever I lay down 6 feet under I'll be known for something, And with that being said, it became a passion. It became a lifestyle. It became like that was all I thought about was what I could. I was always looking at every lowrider magazine, and then when I started to actually learn how to build the truck, to show it and actually build it to actually win, is when I started, when it turned gold. When I changed it to gold, Benny Flores had painted it, and Nasty Boys, Ambi, who used to be in Phoenix, but he passed away. But Ambi, Salias, he had like the first Samurai with some tuck and roll interior. It was like a big, like it had its own community, the lowrider thing. They had their own world, So after that, man, I was focused on trying to build a truck, and when I did that and I won Truck of the Year, after that I started to pick up sponsors. I learned how to pick up sponsors.
Yeah, hold on. All right. Hold on. We're having a little technical.
No, he's frozen.
Did you miss all that? Do I have to say all that?
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
All right, we got you. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm
Okay, it
good.
froze a little.
55 years old.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So with we come, yeah, like, and this was cool because in the 80s it was, and the 90s there was some, man, those were good times. No telephones,
Great
no
times.
nothing,
Music was
no
great.
telephone. Yeah,
You know,
no
the,
telephones.
the clothes was interesting. You know, we had parachute pants. We had all that stuff going on.
Oh, baggy clothes, and
Yes,
everybody was,
sir.
we're all trying to break dance, and
Turbos and
yup.
Cavaricis.
And then Geo trackers, popping 3-wheel in Econo Park.
Man, what? Those were the thing. My first actual car was a 78 Trans Am.
What?
I had a red
Was it
78
like
Trans
Smoking
Am
the Bandit or
T-top.
what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. With the red and black screaming eagle on the hood. It was
Oh
immaculate.
shit!
I had like the second fastest car in high school. I say second because
Nice.
one guy had a Mach 1 and his dad had built it with a 351 Cleveland and he was 4 on the floor. And yeah, his beat me off the line. So but other than
So
that though, yeah, that was it.
that's crazy, man.
So from muscle cars to literally lowrider mini trucks.
Correct.
Okay, so you guys just went ham, and was the modifying it? Was it something that you guys all got together on and were like, "Hey, man, let's try doing this," or did you guys the ideas pop off?
The thing that happened was after I beat Raw Deal for Truck of the Year,
Damn.
it actually went to the SEMA convention, and that's where McLean's hit me up and they was like, "Hey, we want to put rims on your vehicle and so on." And then that was when I met Frank and Sharon Guccione, very nice people, and they were they were really interested in the truck. They did posters with it, and they actually it was I had McLean's, but I had 58 Impala like the centerpieces on it, so it
Oh,
looked like
okay.
a yeah. So I did that, and they sponsored a lot of the gold plating, and then they had a line of wheels like modular line, and that's when I ended up doing my Acura, and so they sponsored the wheels and the custom grills and the gold on the Acura, and because they wanted to push they had MIMS was their wheel line. So anyways,
Okay.
they wanted to push it, so I ended up putting them on my Acura, and then afterwards I took the roof off, put roll bars in it, and went down a whole different route for the Euros with that car.
Okay, and that was on Juice too, right?
Correct. And the thing about it was, a lot of people was wondering how come the roof was removed. It was built like a Carson top. The roof did go back on. So, but what I did was before a lot of guys make the mistake of taking the roof off and then they jack it up to reinforce it or whatnot. But you're not supposed to do that. You do all the reinforcements before you take the roof off. This way, everything is already set to specs. So, I mean, we ran we gussets and X frame. We took out all the interior, ran all that, and then we ran the roll bars onto the frame on the bottom that we had built underneath the seats. And I mean, it was all functionable, and I had this thing about roll bars that I wanted to put one in my car for the longest time, and everybody was like, "That's crazy. That's not going to look good." It ended up being on the center floor of the LA Super Show, only car with no wires, and probably every chick that walked by was like, "I love that car," because it was just not too much, but just enough. It was done with
Just clean.
accuracy. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
exactly.
just clean. It was just
And
a
that's all
clean
I wanted was
car.
something clean. Correct. I wanted to go and let people know that besides rap with envy, I can go on this side of the
Yes,
spectrum.
Kenny. That's the one he's talking about, Kenny. Done with accuracy.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask with the McLean wheels that you had on your was that like 5-star looking type wheel that they had done, or
Yeah, it was
Well,
they had this line called MIMS, which was actually a separate entity from their wire wheels, and they wanted to
Yeah.
push it, so they did the all gold, and I'm like, man, I got an Acura, and they were like, let's do it. So they put it on, and then I was like, okay, paint job and everything kind of, and then but at that time when I was at SEMA, when I met them, I also got sponsored by House of Color, and I got sponsored by Precision Power, PPI, which is out there in Tempe.
Fuck, man.
Yep.
Oh shit. That's PPIs are hard to find now.
Yes. and they did everything. They did the amps. They silk screened it in the same colors as the car. All the wires was done. They had everything. Man, they did a great job. They did a fantastic job.
Okay, so with all this, where was all this work being done at? Like somebody's house or like at a
New,
shop or?
so there was numerous places. So I knew what I wanted to do, and it was like when I did the Acura in white, that was done at Nasty Boys, which was
Okay.
Jose and Ambi. They were out of San Diego,
Okay.
and so a lot of things was done. I had already moved from Phoenix, and I was living in Oceanside. So but yeah, the Acura was uh was definitely a chick magnet. It was a fun car, man. It was just so different, and with the roof off and with the roll bars and everything gold and the exhaust and everything, and I had gold leafing. It was just tastefully done, I thought, at that time.
It looked clean for being in that era and that year,
Thank you.
because after that, after like seeing that one, and then you would see later on that kind of started the trend, which
The
later on became
genre. Mhm.
lowrider Euro,
Correct.
and then it
Correct.
slowly broke off into that, and then that became its own entity for a good few years, and then it just, I wish that would come back. That kind of died out,
Yeah, me too.
But okay, with the car, with building Acura, Rap with Envy was already, you all had that set aside somewhere, continuing
I
the modifying.
So after when I won Truck of the Year the first year and everything, and then Frank and Sharon they did the wheels. Punch 84 came about. So the thing about it with Punch 84 is he showed up at a show in Fresno that I got paid to go to by El Larry and Alberto Lopez, which was Lowrider Magazine, quote unquote. So when I went there, um, this guy was there, and he was saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna take the title for Truck of the Year, blah blah blah." And but the thing about so he showed up with a chrome frame. He showed up with a chrome frame with with the engine and everything, no body on there, but he just brought it just to kind of like just show like, yo, this is what I'm about to bust out with.
So they
But
were already doing that. So they were already, that was already starting to be like a trend, like how they do now in mini trucks. Oh, those are
correct,
sick.
correct.
All right.
But his is a full size. But he was like he wanted the quote unquote title truck of the year, lowrider truck of the year.
Yeah,
So
but
he
didn't he
was
end up
basically coming
losing
after
another
me.
one? Yeah, but didn't he end up losing to another? The what that was almost the same body style as Punch, right? Or
No,
similar to that
well,
one?
I beat Punch twice, then he won.
Wish they still had those around.
Okay, so beating Punch, dude, that had to be something phenomenal, like for
So
you to
let me
do.
tell you how this happened. So by this time, I've set up a pit crew of friends, Kenny, Albert. There was I had some guys that were basically a part of my foundation. By the way, shout out to my boy Los from Rollers Only. I know he chimed in about his favorite Caribbean guy. That's my dude
Yeah,
right there. But anyways,
and then
so
and then
I just had to
right
I had to give
there,
my boy a shout out, yeah, and my whole
yeah,
pit
and then
crew.
Los Oliveras
Yes.
said it. That's
Yes, yes,
that
yes,
TV
yes,
beat.
yes. That's my dude. So but anyways, the when when Punch broke out with his frame and everything, my mom and I, we drove back all the way from it was Tulare or San Francisco. We drove all the way back to Oceanside, and as we were driving, my mom is like my ride or die. So we were brainstorming and brainstorming. We're like, okay, this dude busted out with this frame, but that was the one thing that he shouldn't have done. If he wouldn't have done that, he might have been able to beat me because he would have caught me off guard. But because he busted out with that frame, we had made our decision when we got to Oceanside. We found another frame off of a truck, got it, and then I took it to this place called K&T Trailers in El Cajon. And what they did was they they cut the frame, made sleeves for it, and like inner sleeves with grade A bolts. This way I could chrome plate the frame. This way I was gonna match him with the frame. So me and Punch would both have the same thing with a frame. But I was like, man, I want to put a blown motor in this thing. I want it to be like a low rodder. So we're gonna put a 4.9-inch rear end, 350 turbo tranny, 40 spline axles with strange brakes. I mean, we're gonna do nitrous. We're gonna do so. I called BDS and they had they had prototyped some V6 NASCAR motors. We're talking a V6 with a 9-quart oil pan, 2.5-inch belt drive, high port gestles, um, the BDS blower,
Just
and
imagine that.
all Allen head bolts. And I was like, I want it. So I talked to my sponsors or whatever, and I did a couple raffles, and I was able to accumulate the money I needed for the engine.
Yeah.
When I got the engine delivered, I had it taken straight over to the place where I had the frame being built. So they built the cross members, they set the engine down, and then I got the rear end out of a Lincoln Versailles. It's a 4.9-inch.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say
So, yeah, for sales. It looks like a Granada, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you
That
said
all-
Granada, I was like,
So then what I did was I I gutted out the interior. The truck was still in one piece. Mind you, the frame is done, the engine's done. We got 350 turbo trim. We got this. Everything's just sitting on jack stands. The last show was in San Diego, right before the Super Show was going to be in 2 weeks. I showed the truck just the way it was, and I put "Don't open till Super Show," which is basically I covered up the shell. So I made Punch 84 think that I was doing something in the shell, but I still had just a regular painted frame, regular motor. So after that show, and he came down, he looked at my truck, and I saw him look really confident. So little did he know was after that show, we drove it straight about 8 miles down the street, took off 8 main bolts, and put that body on that brand new frame with that blown motor. So when it came to the Super Show, all we had to do was he showed up at the Super Show on Saturday. I showed up on Friday for moving. He showed up on Saturday because he thought he was like, my entry number was 001. So I was there early. So I was already on a turntable with the blown motor, and I pulled the front end off. And when he came down the hill, I guess some of his people came down the hill and they ran back up and told him. So he comes running down the hill. You can ask Albert and Kenny and all of them. They were filming them, their reaction. They came down the hill and they were like, no, there's no way that that's the truck, because we just saw him 10 days ago and it had just a regular painted frame with a regular motor. What is all that? Man, I caught him off guard. And Alberto Lopez decided it was such a big thing for Truck of the Year. He got some World of Wheels judges, ISCA International Show
yeah.
Car. They came nonpartisan, they don't know me from Adam, they don't know Punch, and they judged it and they said that mini truck beats him hands down. Too many mods, and it's way too clean. All my lug nuts pointed in the direction. My tires were mounted the same direction. It said BF Goodrich radial TA. All of them were timed. The valve stem was on every one of them. All my lug nuts had 12.15, 12.1. It was all timed. All my Allen head bolts were timed. There was like, I did all that stuff just to make sure that I wanted to win. And I did. And
Damn.
we
Dude,
did.
okay, so we're gonna read these few comments of when you said the reaction. Santiago
Which one do we
says
want to go back to?
let's
This
go to
one?
that one.
Right here.
Santiago says the look on everyone's face when the new version was swapped out, priceless.
And then coming
And
down the
then
hill.
coming down the hill, he was
He was-
pissed off.
Oh my God, he was couldn't believe it. His wife was standing there like, no way, because
Yes, the
they
details
didn't
do
put
matter.
anything more extreme. And the one thing that they shouldn't have done showed off that frame up there up north. But oh well, you got caught slipping. No offense to him, no offense to his family. It was all in the sport of competition. But hey, and the good thing about it was Alberto Lopez decided to get two judges that don't know nothing about lowriders or the scene or the chisme or whatever you want to call it. They just wanted to just two nonpartisan, and they went in there and they judged it. And I think I beat Punch. I think it was like 15 points.
So that
So
and that's the thing, like that, like Santiago said, details always matter, because nowadays you don't see that much of that, where
Not to that.
not to that
OTB
extent,
level.
where it's like everything's
Like
pointing.
in order, if you think about it, if you put the valve stem and then you have the BF Good wrench mounted in the exact same place for every wheel on
Yeah.
the truck,
Yeah,
you've got to have your tire guys mounting them sons of bitches
Right.
within like
absolutely.
a half inch.
yeah.
Where it's good in between O's and good. of them came down on every single. If you look at my truck, you can look at any one of the pictures. You'll see that the tires are timed, and you can see that. And,
Still mad about it. The Punch 80, one of them said Punch 84 is still mad about it. Playing low hobbies.
yeah, so mad about it. I mean, up with all kind of things and saying all kind of, but you know what? Build a bridge and get over it, bro. You know,
So what year? What year was that when you that was
When you killed it.
yeah, when you just murdered him?
91, 92, and 93 consecutive truck of the year, and then afterwards they had a meeting and they retired me.
So it was back to back to back.
And then they retired him.
19, and then 1991 I beat Raw Deal. A guy challenged me in where is it? Sacramento. A guy called his name. He had a Chevy Love called Sudden Impact, and he bought one,
That one.
circled out, wrapped with him, and put a slash on it, and he put "See you in Vegas." Okay, he never
So
showed.
you literally
He never
Damn.
showed.
so you literally pulled a Michael Jordan and was like, boom, 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 here you go, and they're like, nope.
And you should have seen they were throwing me up in the air. We were going back and forth. They were like best display, best use of colors, best use of best flake, best engine. It was going back and forth, and then at the end, it was like, man, when he said rap with envy, man, it was like exhausting. My family, everybody were like crying because it was such a big ordeal. Everybody was saying, you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose. That Punch 84 is coming out, and I was like, man, okay, but they didn't know that I already got a whiff of it, and I didn't tell nobody. And I just made it look like I was just going to do something inside the shell of my truck when it showed in San Diego 2 weeks prior to the Super Show. So I caught him slipping more than he caught me.
Damn.
Hey,
dude.
and Derrick, I just want to give props to your homies to keep their mouths shut and not say a word to anybody. And I'm not dissing them, not at all. But back then, dude, that was hard to do because somebody was going to slip up.
Somebody was gonna leak it.
And you're like,
Somebody was gonna
so
leak it.
props to them. Man.
But you know what?
Now, though,
Yeah,
My
even
God.
twice as hard.
yeah, even worse now.
But my mom is a serious character. So she's like 4'11", and she's like a dynamite. And I'm
I
telling
was going to say she's probably keeping everybody in line, right?
what? We had 13 people to set up Rap with Envy at these shows. And it was like we had to have a 10 by 30 because the front end's got to come off. And it's like everything has to be wiped, everything has to be waxed, everything all over again. It doesn't matter if we had a show this week and a show next week. We're gonna wax it again, you know. So
That sucker had more product than what's his name on Coming to America. That just oh, glow.
good one, good one.
Oh,
I've got great people. After the truck got out of my hands, which it was unfortunate because I'd actually went to Mexico City. The truck went to Hawaii, then it came back, then it went to Mexico. Well, no, it went to Germany. It went to the Essen Motor Show in Germany. And then afterwards, I came back and we ended up having a gig. My mom ended up doing to where she was like bringing cars for the show every year. She brought like Bill from Extensive when he did his Hummer. He had a Hummer with Cadillac front end, but it was body drop to where you could like stand up next to it and you could like literally rub your hand over the top of the H2. It was it was called Humzilla or something like that. We took him to Germany. We took Roland Malo, which is from Rollers Only. We took all kinds of people. So I mean, it was like a big gig for us. But man, that was that's a hard thing to
Santiago Hernandez says, if you're not family member, you don't say shit. Mom's rule with an iron fist.
And that's put it mildly, bro. You meet my mom, she's like a stick of dynamite, man. It was like, and she was more passionate than anything else. But every time we went to SEMA, she pulled sponsors left, and right. That's how we got Roadsters. We would go and set up like a big display for Roadster wheels and raffle off a set of wheels and do. I mean, yeah, she's got a mouthpiece on her, man. Good things
so
live.
So with your mom's input and you guys just brainstorming, like what I know it had to be a big decision when it came down to, when you were like, all right, man,
Yep.
we don't even want to ask this because it just sounds so hard to say it.
Ask it.
So what got you to the point to where you were like, all right, how did Fester come into play of, when you were like, you know what, here you go, I got to pass the torch and have someone who wants to enjoy it, and
How did he end up?
yeah, how did he end up with it?
So, honestly, I mean, Fester, fantastic individual. His approach. I've had people ask about buying the truck, all the time, but it was never really anybody that really wanted to uh, do it in this fashion. The reason why I say in this fashion is because when my truck and all these other guys that I took went to Mexico City, when it came back, it was destroyed. And it was actually insured by Lloyd's of London, but when it came back from the show, and the transport brought it to my shop, I had a shop in Dallas. It was like there was damages on everybody's cars, but my truck, it looked like somebody beat it with a hammer on the hood, and then I don't know what they were trying to do, but the ball joint was the one of the rims was face down. It's like they totally destroyed the truck, and I don't know what they were looking for or whatnot. But then when I tried to get a hold of the promoter of the show because it was insured with Lloyd's of London, they disappeared.
Oh,
Couldn't
wow.
everybody's cars that I took. I took a Hummer. I took a Hummer. One of my customers. He had a Hummer H2. This is back in 2004 with 26s on it. 2004 with 26s. It
Yeah,
was
that
like
was hard to come by.
16,000. It was the first set that Giovanna had actually put out. I took his. I took my buddy Scott. He had a Riviera. I took the Corvette that we did like my truck, all wrapped up, and man, everybody's car got damaged, so I ended up paying them out of my pocket. But when it came down to my truck, after it got destroyed, it really just kind of it broke me, man. It broke me because it was going to cost a lot to fix it. And then Fester called me. He called me at the right time. He got a hell of a price, but he
Don't
told
disclose the price.
no, I
We
will.
don't we won't
I will.
disclose the price. Just
I'll
the
tell you this:
story is awesome.
Fester has kept his word on every single thing that we negotiated. And he told me he's just going to bring it back to the way it was last remembered, which that was what all I didn't want anybody to go and kind of redo it in a way, because it's already done, you know what I mean? But, and everything, like when I came down to Phoenix a couple weeks ago and I
2
saw
weeks.
him. Yeah, correct. And I called him up, and he was like, "Yeah, come on over." And we talked, and we kind of we collaborated on some ideas because he was kind of like, "What do you think about this? What should we do with this or this?" And it was like, man, it's in the right hands. Fester, I'm actually happy that Fester has the truck because he is actually going to preserve it and nurture and take care of it as the way I would want somebody to take care of it. So kudos.
Santiago says Fester is a true jet. Yes, he is. Fester is an awesome man. He is I call him the collector. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
And soon he's gonna have merch. He's gonna have Uncle Fester's merch, hopefully soon. So
wow.
that's what he was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
So because
it's so full of surprises. It's never seen. But I'll tell you one thing, man. He's just when I saw the truck, it was. I'm just gonna tell you this. It was obviously you could look in the background and see Raw Deal was there, and
yeah,
man, the collection is just yeah, definitely. His wife is just like she's the sweetest lady, and they were just man. It was just great hanging out with them, and getting to see the truck and stuff, man, it was it hurt. It always will hurt. I really in a way, do I regret it? Yeah, I have my certain regrets because everybody that sees that truck, they say, that's Derek, or this or that, but it's okay, it just kind of sucks because I don't have it at my hands reach, but it's in the right hand.
yeah, but it's still in hands reach. Like you can
Yeah,
always, man, dude,
absolutely.
like
Fester
Absolutely.
will allow you.
yeah,
Oh
Fester will
yeah.
probably let you dude, I bet you once he finishes with it, he'll
Say,
probably call you like, you can drive it, and then you'll be like, all right, and then we're just gonna see you driving to a
oh, I'll
local
be in
show here.
Phoenix. I'll be driving
Yeah.
right down Glendale and Phoenix and stuff like that. I'll call
Yeah,
you.
we're just gonna see it driving, and everyone's just gonna go, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Like, what the
Exactly.
fuck? That thing out again?
Correct.
When you saw both sitting there, when you went to visit Fester and you saw Raw Deal and yours together, did it bring back memories of being at a car show and seeing them both at the same side?
You know, the first thing I thought about was Joe. Joe and I mean, even though we competed against each other, we never disrespected each other. So the first thing I thought about was him passing. And I walked up to the truck, and it hit me more emotionally because he passed. You know, he just died not too long ago. So with that being said, and I looked at it, and I looked at Wrapped. I looked back at it, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I won on that one. But it was like, I'm not being vain, not being a jerk.
No,
Just like,
but that's crazy because, like, you like I it's crazy that when I was telling people I was going to have you on the show, a lot of
uh,
people are like, yeah, he goes, I want to thank you so much, man. Like, yeah, because a lot of people were like, oh, he's doesn't talk, he keeps doing. I'm like, all right, I'm like, that you do your own thing, and are you building anything now, or are we going to
so
see something come back? Maybe like.
if you know, I'm
Or was this some big setup that out of nowhere, Fester's gonna be like, "Here you go," and then you're gonna be like, "Got you guys," you
no,
know?
no, 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 no. That's a good thought though, but no. Um, I like that thought though. That was great. I'm actually going to be going to Dallas. A friend of mine, his name is Gordy. He's got a 85 Nissan King Tech ST that's in immaculate condition. So I was just like, wow. I think so. I'm supposed to go to Dallas in a couple weeks, and I'm going to go take a look at it. If everything works out right, if I get that truck, I mean, all I can say is, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a truck called Pocket Change, that was from Dallas.
I've never
And
heard that one.
when I moved to Dallas, the owner, his name was Tacho Carrillo. We had spoken, and we got real close. Very welcoming. I came to Dallas, and he bought like 12, no, like 17 sets of wheels from Roadsters from through me. So yeah, this is when all the diamond spokes. Anyways, to make a long story short, we had talked for a while, and he said, "Man, I've always wanted to beat you, man, in the lowrider scene." He goes, "Now you're retired." He goes, "What would you do if you weren't retired?" And I told him, and he ended up rounding up money and telling me, "Hey, can you guys come and take my truck down to your guys' shop down in Cali?" Because my dad was still out there, and so I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "But I want you to do what you said you were going to do to your truck." So I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of it.
No,
Uh,
no, have not yet.
No.
we stretched it 36 inches, took the Jaguar rear end, scooted it back, and then we put the engine and rear end in the back of the truck because that's what I was going to do to wrap.
Okay.
That's what
Jesus.
I was gonna put that blown motor in the back. So I ended up doing it to, and then afterwards, um, circumstances kind of changed to where his family had to come, and basically they got the truck because he was kind of tied up at the moment for a little while. So, but I mean the truck. I, and the funny thing about it was what was it, like a Dodge D50 or Mitsubishi, I forgot what it was, but after we did the stretch, man, I'm telling you what, the double scissor lift that I had on my truck was cool, but we took less material and set the hydraulic pistons in a way with Heim joints and on a slider on the side of the frame that was slotted to where when it pushed, it only needed a certain amount of throw, and it literally went pretty much as almost as high as my double scissor with like
Man.
less framework. It was like we kind of revamped. Man, everything that I was gonna do to rap was gonna be killer, and I did it to his truck, but then his truck's somewhere in Dallas here or somewhere.
Los Oliveira said it was a Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi, yeah, of course, Los would know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mighty Mac.
but
Probably a Mighty Max.
$100 bills in the frame. He had like $100 bills in the frame and stuff.
Yeah, see,
In the frame?
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
he
Like, but see, that was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
the frame.
That was ahead of its time at that time. That was like nobody ever thought of that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like there was a lot of vehicles that were like you look at them now and you're like, holy shit, like back then nobody ever fucking thought to, put hydraulics in an Acura. He puts hydraulics in an Acura, and other people start slapping them on Hondas, and then you see,
and the doors closed normal because I reinforced it before I even cut it. And with the guide pins, and it was like I put the top back on, and I brought it to. As soon as that car got to Dallas, it sold in a week. I didn't even get a
Yeah.
chance to walk around Dallas, but I will tell you one thing:
that sucks.
before I did it gold, in between when Bobby had painted the paint job, Reds had also did a paint job on it. Reds Hydraulics, David, he had painted it, and then I had went to Street Gold in Orange County, and that's where I Mark Machado, cartoons, Mr. Cartoons.
Oh,
What?
So Mark Machado and OG Abel, they were like this.
Yep.
They used to do T-shirts at the RG Canning shows
Yep.
way back days. So very good friends of mine, and they came to the shop, and the Super Show was move-in was the next morning. They came like around 11:30, and I wanted to put murals on the frame. They had a book, and it was like, pick out whatever you want, pick out whatever you want. So I'm like, how about this one, then this one, and this one? And man, I watched these two guys literally look at this book and freehand and airbrush so detailed. I was like, these are two gifted individuals. I knew cartoons. I mean, he's been doing like shirts and all that. He's done those shows for that was like how he started off, and now of course he's doing very well. But I've known him, but yeah, him and OG Abel did murals on my frame. Get this, I knew Dub Miles. I knew him when he was just in an expedition wrapped and it said Dub, and he was trying to promote his magazine when everybody was pretty much Lowrider magazine, Orleans magazine, and Mini Truck, and that was it. So it was like he was pushing it and pushing it. And Miles, I mean, I remember like he was doing an interview and I was walking by the SEMA and he was stopped and he was like, "What's up, DJ?" And I'm like, "What's up, Miles?" And the guys that were with me were like, "Oh my God." And we just talked like we just, but that's just how far back, I guess.
Dang, dude, I'm telling you, like, it's people don't.
You got to know
Um,
where people come
yes,
from.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico said doesn't. Yes, Nico, he did.
He
Mr.
still does.
Cartoon does still
Who
tattoo,
do you
but
think did most of Travis? Travis Barker.
he started.
50 Cent,
Yeah,
did Eminem, he did so many people.
yeah, he did a bunch
He's
of
done
people.
so many.
So, man, you like with everything that you've seen from all the cars from lowrider to because you and many other mini truckers paved the wave for the rest of us, and then to
Flattered.
and
Thank
then
you.
and then because if it wasn't for you guys, and because my brother had mini trucks, and it's just crazy because watching you guys and watching everybody from the stuff that you guys did, it was hard. A lot of people had to have talent to build a truck.
Yep.
100% they did.
Now, like how you said, they were fucking airbrushing on the frame. Now people are wrapping their frames,
Yeah.
Or engraving them.
or engraving them. But engraving's a lot better because they're actually doing it. But to sit there and
Or
put a
engraving
giant
their
sticker
trucks.
or put a giant sticker on a frame, like
I feel as time has progressed, I think that people have tried to take the difficulty out of the customized world.
yeah, but that's the
Nope.
whole point.
100%. I agree with
And
him.
the thing about
Okay,
it is
That's why people wrap their vehicle.
degree of difficulty. So
Yeah.
that's why it's custom. And
because because for me, like for me, like, like that's the whole reason of magazines and lowriders and you guys, and like that's the whole reason when I picked up a magazine in elementary school in the '90s and saw this thing, and and then that's what made me want to go to automotive school, was
Wow.
looking at that, and then growing up around it because my brothers were doing it. My brothers were slamming their trucks, and they had homies that were putting systems and stuff in, and and you know, I didn't see a scissor lift.
Customization by this.
Yeah, by your
A lot
hand,
of people don't have this ability
You
to
know.
use their hand
Correct. No,
You know.
like they did.
a lot of people did. I didn't build the truck like I had a lot of it. Like Reds helped me out. I don't know if you guys remember a guy named Sir Michael. He used to build all
Mm,
hands. Sir Michael's
mm.
roll.
I'm
He had
I'm
like
gonna say probably Weston.
Yeah.
Probably West
yeah,
remembers that.
Sir Michael's Reds. I mean, there was a lot of people, but the ideas that I came out of my head
Okay,
wasn't like
but
here
was
build.
it harder?
It was like this is what I want. This is how I want it done. Blah blah blah. And so I feel like yeah, anybody can do work, but you guiding them on how you want your work done is a talent on its own.
Okay, yeah, because like you had a whole pit crew, and everybody had their job, and everybody had something
Man,
to do. You
man,
know,
my
um,
pit crew drove with my literally cross country, and man, I would have to go back and work, and then I would fly into the next show, and they went through Hurricane Alberto, going to Miami.
Holy crap.
I mean, they went through all kinds of stuff. But the funny thing about it was, man, my pit crew, I had a good, solid pit crew, and I always made sure they were taken care of, like backstage, and they were able to get some sort of status or whatnot because
it's
you know I was making sure I went to all the shows for Alberto and Dina for
okay.
Lowrider.
What was it like with the technology and everything we have now? Do you believe it's getting a little easier to start off a build, or do you believe no one, there's not any more of the, everybody getting together, pit crew style, and knocking some stuff out, and all nighters? And Santiago says the gas tank is in the firewall.
Correct. My
What?
dad, my dad, man, my dad. I mean, not because he's my dad, but he is pretty brilliant. He took the Nissan computer, rewired it to run that blown motor, and actually the charging system worked. And then he put one of those dune buggy like gas tanks, like the round polished ones. We mounted it up in the dash and made it to where you just put the gas in through the firewall.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, there's a lot of and then like he made the steering arm telescopic so that when you tilt the cab over to the side, I could still drive it with the cab tilted. So it's not going side to side. The truck is straight, but the cab is tilted. This way you can see the engine, the transmission,
Oh
the rear.
shit.
So
Damn.
uh, yeah, there's a
That
lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
A lot of hidden,
a lot
a
of
lot of
hidden
little
stuff.
Easter eggs in
Yeah,
there.
that's a lot of Easter eggs in that thing.
That's why, guys, I had a judge's book. Man, if I could tell you one thing that anybody that's going to go to car shows, the one thing that you need to have is a judge's book. This way, when the judges go in, they don't, because what you did, they might not see. So you have pictures, top body modifications, side body modifications, and then you put in the specialty like I showed like pictures of the tires all mounted the same direction. Dude, it was going to be really hard to beat Rap with Emmy in the end because I, I I took time to do those specific details just to make sure that if it got close, it was those types of things, and make sure that the judges, there was like a little podium with the judge's book, and they could go and then they could look at it and be like, "Oh, okay, I see that. Oh, okay, I see that," and it makes it a lot
Uh,
easier. And I never built
okay.
my truck to beat another truck. I always built my truck to beat the sheet. You want to beat the judging sheet. You don't want to beat somebody else. He's got gold.
Yep.
I'll put. You beat the sheet. You beat the sheet. You win.
Yep.
So you beat the sheet, you
You
win.
beat the paper. That's
beat
all.
the paper.
That's all you got to do.
So
You
it's
gotta-
it's
you
like
just-
a live version of rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
Correct. You want to get the judging sheet. Okay, so like when I did lowrider, I also rolled the wheels, RG canning. I was running two separate circuits. So and I was scoring really high at both. So my pit crew, if it wasn't a lowrider show, then we would do an RG Canning show or World of Wheels. So it was like one or the other. So they were they were busy. But man,
So you
great guy.
got that thing on tour.
Absolutely. And I think it's went to Hawaii, it's went to Germany, it's went to Japan. What else? Hawaii, Germany, New Mexico City, like I said. I mean, the truck has taken me. I got to go to Amsterdam.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. So
Worldwide.
I'll be honest,
worldwide.
the truck has taken me to places that, uh, that's why there's a lot of sentimental value in that truck.
And look at that. And now it's and you know where it sits, and you can go look at it.
Oh,
And just,
you ready?
yeah, let's see this.
From where I bought it from.
Santiago says we were at Angel Stadium during the LA riots for our
In 92.
damn in '92. Holy shit! I remember watching that. My dad flipping the channel, and we're like watching
Santiago
the shit
and
out of
Kenny,
it.
Santiago and Kenny are my two main guys. No matter what, those two guys were always there. Regardless if anybody else could show up or not, they were
Yeah.
always. So yeah, it was crazy, dude. I was trying to hammer my Dayton's on, and I slipped and I hit the valve stem, and the started leaking. The guys were, those mirror, those square chip, those tile mirrors that are real sharp.
Yeah.
That there was guys throwing those in the air at people. Like,
Holy crap.
and
Oh,
if you barely rub your hand on it,
oh, oh.
dude, they were going
That's blade right
crazy.
there.
They were going
Duh,
crazy.
blade right
See that? My dad, he grabs duct tape, fixed the valve stem. Don't ask me how. He was in his prime, but man, he was amazing, dude. He did some
there.
stuff.
Nobody knew, and nobody knew. There was no cameras back then.
Nope.
No.
Nobody. Nobody knew. That's why I loved it growing up, because no fucking cameras. If there
Yeah.
was cameras growing up, half of us would be fucking in prison for the shit we've done. Fuck.
Man,
Jeez.
you got so many memories with me in the truck. I'm happy.
So with Fester having it, you already love where it's coming to be, and you're soon to be hopefully a new project. You should try to drive it home, if well, depending on how far you got to go pick up that new project.
Oh yeah, driving it home. Absolutely.
It's Santiago says Pop is the main genius and DJ is and is 2.0.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Would you ever if once you get your new project, is there ever anything down the road to make something that would be like a duplicate to it, or would you call it something else if you were to kind of do it again? Not a 2.0 version.
No,
Because that's kind of
it was either going to be rewrapped with Envy, or oh my god, I had another name for it. But the thing about it was, if I would do it, I think I would do a little bit more of a simplistic version. When I think I would go with something like maybe it would be like maybe even a semi-gloss one color, but with like rose gold,
okay.
like rose gold and a semi-gloss black. But it's like everything would be kind of modernized. It would be like the dash would be molded.
Okay.
The dash would be molded. If I did suicide doors, the seats that you sit in, half of the seat would swing out on the door. This way, and it would it would look like one complete seat with the doors open, and then when you close it, it would kind of like form into a cockpit. I have some ideas in my head but I really would want to show my maturity if I was to do it again.
Hey, what were you gonna call it?
New truck's name should be inspired by Envy.
Man, I'm open for names because I'm gonna tell you what.
Just say it.
Inspired by Envy. Damn.
It's inspired.
It's inspired. It's already inspiring you to knock one out, man.
Right.
Okay. Here's the thing. Would that be a reunion with the old pit crew and the crew chief and everybody get together on it?
And rap with Envy.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have no other pit crew that I've always
That'd
had.
be nuts.
They,
But then imagine
But to be honest with you, do I think it's gonna happen? Uh it's a 50-50 shot because I man, I really want, a car that I really want to do that I haven't seen done a lot of is the Lincoln Zephyr.
Ooh, Santiago says I'm ready to roll with the family anytime. There you
I
go. We already
see
got one.
what
One.
I mean?
Where's the rest of you
You
guys?
see what I know?
Come on.
Ken Whitman will probably be right there, and he would probably chime in and say the same thing, bro. But
Look at
I
that.
do a Lincoln Zephyr.
Like
It's
1950 style.
I mean, Impalas are kind of cliche in a way, but
No, it doesn't.
that man, it's just when they're back on the right wheels, it's just man, it's just a statement. It's
This.
Hold
but
on. Trying to. Yeah. Oh, okay. But well,
Oh, and there's Kenny.
hold on.
He called it.
Yep. Yeah. You
And
called
there's
it.
Kenny. Kenny's down.
You called it. So Kenny's already down.
But now imagine both trucks, the new truck, and
uh
wrapped with empty.
oh yeah,
Sitting next to you.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Getting your plaque or your sticker when you roll in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Side
That'd
by
be
side
tight.
at a show.
That'd be tight. The first two in,
yeah. Or if I
Yeah.
did it could be Shadow Envy. It would be the
Oh
old one.
shit. Shadowing Envy.
Uh-huh.
That'd be sick.
Shadowing
'Cause-
Envy.
Yeah.
That's another good one.
Little DJ will be there. See, there you go.
Named his son after, which is pretty flattering,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, but no, guys, I'm actually thinking about moving to Arizona back again.
What?
Do it.
Yeah, I am. I'm like
Do it.
seriously considering it. It just, I when I was down there these last couple weeks, and I was in Scottsdale for a while, and I just, man, I feel like what I do for a living. I do calibrations, like ADAS calibration. Like if your car has surround view, park sensors, adaptive cruise.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I program and calibrate those things for collision centers and stuff. So, and I also,
No,
I was
yeah.
gonna say move.
Culture.
Yeah, move out here to
Dude,
Arizona. We got plenty of
There's
collisions and all
plenty
that.
body shops.
Dude, they're gonna keep you busy all day long.
and I was just over there, like when I was in Scottsdale and just talking with people, and everybody's like, oh my God, my car's doing this. And I'm like, I already know what's wrong with it. You know what I mean? And these people are just like, man, well, you need to come out. And the more I was thinking about it, and the more I was thinking about it, I'm going to tell you this much, man. This is going to be weird. I was like, man, I kind of prayed on it. I was like, God, give me a sign or something. Like, we're in the Uber, we're going to the airport. Tell me why at the bus stop, the company that I work for, there's a sign right on next to the bus stop. It's an advertisement for the company that I work
Oh
for.
shit.
As God is my witness, my girl was like, she was like, look, and I was like, no way, no way. I literally asked for a sign, and that's what I got, a sign.
There you go.
But man, it was I I am really considering it. I'm really considering.
That'd be tight, man. That'd be tight.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but if the job gives me the transfer and so on and so forth, then I might do it with the Nissan that I've just bought.
Do it. Hey, it's gonna cost you less to transport it here
Yeah.
than all the way to California. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's gonna
Yeah.
cost you a little less.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then we can
Yeah.
definitely hook up in person and
Yeah, man. And fucking that'd be tight, man.
Mhm.
Fucking definitely. Santiago, amen, brother. Make the move. So Santiago's in town. Okay. I'm praying with you.
that's my
All right.
pick.
Hell yeah.
So
There
is
you
your
go.
pit crew out there in California with you, or are they out here?
I'm not in I'm in Houston.
Oh, sorry, you're in Texas.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
Texas.
Yep.
Yeah. He's in
Yeah,
Texas.
but my pit crew's in California. Ken, I think Ken lives in like oh God, I think he lives in like El Cajon. I'm sure he'll chime in and tell you. And Santiago lives in some part of San Diego. I forgot. But kind of like by downtown. But yeah, man, those are my ride or dies right there. They are down for whatever. Besides my mother and father, which they're still alive and kicking.
Hell yeah.
And
Los Oliveras, I'm down like 4 flats.
on a Cadillac.
Here we
That's
go.
my boy. That's
Mark
my
Hennig.
boy. Yeah. So it's like, man, rollers only, man. They've been really, really good to me at all the shows too. It's like one of those deals where
Kenny, Kenny says,
Point
Mark
Loma.
uh, Kenny Lonnie says Lincoln Zephyr is an early version of, yeah, because he's forgot. I can't remember what car he's got.
Why don't you get Kenny on?
Yeah, we'll have to get him on. This is what's damn, dude, it's crazy because like you've built so many cars, and then you know once you get your new project and you build a like for you it would be like a resto mod or like a new version of
Exactly. That's
yeah,
exactly what it would be. Exactly.
just keep in mind for me, keep the blower. If you do something like that, just keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
Because
Come back
I-
to muscle car, baby.
yeah, go
Oh, yeah.
something because it's
That's what drew me to it in the beginning.
because of the
Really?
In
yeah.
middle school.
Yeah.
That's what
You know-
drew me to it. And that was 94, 95.
I remember that's why I said when I got the magazine, my
And
dad.
I live in a small ass town in Minnesota.
Yeah, see,
I was
that's
probably friends with the only two
dudes out there,
Hispanic
people that were out
guys in town.
there.
Really?
See, I lived here in Arizona, so I just
Yeah,
rolled
I
around
grew up in
everywhere.
a small little podunk town back home, and
Wow.
they got me all into the lowrider thing, and I was like, dude, these things are rad. Like, this is a whole new level, and it just like triggered my art and all that fun stuff, and that's what got me, I guess, now where I'm at.
Yeah.
Now at 40,
You know,
35 years or 30 years later.
yeah. For
Wow.
me,
Where'd
it
you
was-
where'd you live, Moses?
I grew up in Arizona. I lived in Surprise, so born and raised in Surprise.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I used to be in
So,
Surprise a lot. I actually got my
Yeah.
I had a dump bed by this guy. He tried to do a dump bed on my truck when I first got it, and he
Yeah.
was in Surprise, and this was man, dude, Surprise was just
Oh,
Surprise.
it's big now.
Arm-
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, it's not. I know. He remembers it how I grew up, fucking small, and it was just Surprise and El Mirage.
Yeah, back in the
Correct.
day.
Correct,
That was
correct,
it.
correct.
And there was no such thing as a Walmart. That was where everybody went shooting in the middle of the field.
Yep.
That was the field. That was just empty ass desert, and everybody went riding and dirt biking. But yeah, I grew up in Surprise. My brothers were pretty much they built mini trucks. They were building at the time. They were older than me, and and they were literally 90s building their Datsuns, and my brother's Mitsubishi, and
Hell yeah.
and then Wes was fucking 70, so Wes was already in the probably trucking.
I'm just a couple years younger than you, Derek, but I do remember your truck in its many different versions through California Raisins, all the way up to the, I guess, dark red or maroon color.
Yeah,
WWE went into the gold. So, yeah, I've seen it, and like I was telling them, seen a couple appearances at World of Wheels, besides local shows and the lowrider shows and everything else. So
That's tight because he was already he was already doing like not a lot of people do crossover shows,
correct.
and then, like you were already doing
And
that.
They stick
with
to
that.
one genre. They stick to one
Yeah,
genre of
yeah.
show.
and his
I'm
truck
not-
held its own, and I'm pretty sure you at least won a couple best of shows of World of Wheels.
Yes, I
If I
did.
recall.
The thing about it was because when I put that blown motor in there, whether you liked a lowrider or a hot rod, there was something about the truck that you could always admire because it catered to every taste and aspect,
Yeah.
So I did that. I called it my low rodder. So the reason why I did that was because I was doing the World of Wheels and RG, and plus I just man, when I saw Punch come out with a basic engine, but he had the chrome frame, I was like, okay, we'll do the chrome frame, but we're gonna put the blown engine. We're gonna remodify put the battery inside the cab, put the gas tank in the dash, all that. So I mean,
Okay, where was the cap at? Was it in the center or towards the end?
the gas cap.
The gas tank,
Filler.
yeah. For
The
the filler
gas
net.
tank it was like if you're facing the truck, it's on the left side, and it looks like a billet cap that's right on the firewall. But all you do is push it, and it flops open, and you
I
put the
probably
gas
missed
in right there.
I probably missed it. See, now Wes is gonna
No, Wes is
gonna
sitting
go
here.
look for.
He's going Google status.
He's gonna
I'm
Google.
gonna find this thing right now.
But who the hell is taking a picture of that?
Yeah.
Somebody is for that side of the truck.
Like,
Yeah,
But
it
that
was-
side of the truck is going to have it, and it's going to pop up, and then there it's going to
Correct.
be.
yeah, that sounds.
It's going to be right in front of your face, and nobody's going to even notice it.
Yep, but that's why in the judges book, once the judges noticed it, that's all that mattered to me. For
Because that
real.
and see like that, like I said, like earlier, how I was saying that not a lot of people do that now. But when I lived with my roommate, my old roommate Derrick, he kind of had that notion when he changed out all the bolts and he put Allen heads.
That's what the engine had. Mine was all Allen head bolts.
Yeah, and he did that throughout the whole thing. I'm like, man, dude, that's gotta suck. If fucking
It does
You gotta
suck.
know what threads.
yeah, like
pitch,
It
everything.
you
does
gotta have
suck.
that one socket on your branch.
Yeah,
But he
exactly.
changed out so much little things too on his truck, and it was like you would have to look at it and be like, oh, okay, I didn't notice you did that. But back then it was
I
yeah.
was just gonna say, I think it's behind
So
the
it's
center.
Was it on the driver's side or the
No,
passenger
no, I
side?
said passenger.
Passenger side, the driver's side,
Oh,
they had the
see,
master
Yep,
cylinder.
no, that pictures of you at Fester's that he pulled up right
Okay.
now, and you're on the
Uh-huh.
driver's side.
I'm on the
Okay.
driver's side. It's on the opposite side. I don't know if you can see the firewall on the opposite side. If you look at that thing that's like what's in your garage when Fester had it in Vegas,
Yeah.
when they pan around the truck, you can see it.
Okay. That's that. What do they call it? Hollywood top? That's Hollywood top, right? That would technically be Hollywood top.
What?
No, okay. What mod would
Ask
that
him.
be, Derek?
He
Like
built it.
what you did with the convertible and adding the shell. What did they call that? I can't remember what they called it back then.
It was a Hollywood.
The Hollywood. So what's a Hollywood top?
Yeah, you
Well,
have your
that's all it
Targa
did with that.
tops. You have your
Yeah.
Targa tops, which was just like a certain amount of just the center of the roof all the way across.
You
So
still have structure to this
Okay.
roof.
Did
Correct.
you just chuck
Absolutely.
the pieces? Like when you cut it, did you just throw away the pieces or did you keep anything?
So I didn't think about keeping the roof of the truck per se because at one point in time I kind of made the decision that okay, I'm gonna build this truck, and for me to build it the way and what I want to achieve out of it, I'm not gonna drive it. I would drive it in and out of the shows, but I'm not gonna drive it like up to Tucson with it raining and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, and at that time, obviously, my maturity was not where it is now. To where
Okay.
absolutely, I would if I was to do anything with a roof, it's going back on. But the Acura went back on, and everything, and then
All right.
So Kenny's telling us that it came off of a boat,
It came off a boat.
what came off of a boat?
the gas
The
tank,
gas tank.
No,
or the
no,
gas filler.
The gas filler, maybe?
No, it's a billet gas filler. It was like a
Okay,
billet
just-
thing that.
Okay, Kenny, let us
And
know.
then
Santiago said, "Don't forget the passenger side lift of the cab."
Right,
Okay.
because there's a cylinder built into the passenger seat, and
Okay.
another cylinder built in the back in the key cab section that would push up off the frame and tilt the whole cab up so you could see the undercarriage. That's why if you look at my truck, you might want to think it's crooked, but it's not crooked. The cab was tilted.
Damn.
there was so much going
Damn,
on
I
with
didn't-
that truck.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
picture being a judge and having to walk it, and then you got to walk by it again.
This
and
is
you
all
gotta-
I would
That's
do.
why the judge's
would have
book was important.
I would have my clipboard in my hand going to judge this thing. I'd be like, "Fuck this, he wins."
Yeah, that's it.
How much? Nope, fuck this. I'm not gonna sit here for fucking 4 hours on this fool's
Yeah,
truck.
I-
Let me go judge everybody else, then I'll come back and hang out with him and just admire this thing.
Yeah, because
And thank you, man. And I'll be honest with you, I'm so flattered and humbled by the amount of admiration that the truck had that I didn't know until after the truck. I sold it to Fester. I didn't know how it impacted so many people in so many ways till after it was gone.
Nah,
You
but
know.
remember,
It's never gone.
legends never fade.
Thank you. I
Legends never
appreciate
fade.
that. I appreciate that, man, and I'm flattered, man. Trust me, I'm humbled by it. I don't take anything and make it become me because anybody that has ever interacted with me, I don't think anybody would ever tell you that they couldn't talk to me. I'm non-approachable because the truck don't make me. I make the truck.
That fucking
So-
thing is. That thing is
so-
beautiful. It's crazy because like my older brother, I told my older brother about it, that I was gonna interview you on the show, and he goes, "Oh yeah," he goes, "I remember." He was telling me a story that he was like, "Oh, I've seen him cruising around everywhere in that thing." I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, he cruise Central, cruise here." He goes, "You see him at the
Yep.
mall." He's like, just mobbing around.
Yep.
I was like,
Man, I was
yeah,
all
it
over
was,
with that truck.
and then and how? Okay, so you probably put what, a couple 100,000 miles on that thing?
I don't know if it was a couple 100,000 miles because
Well,
when
gas
I
was cheap. So
true, but the minimum wage was cheap as hell
oh
too.
yeah, minimum wage suck ass.
So my dad had a shop on 67th Avenue in Glendale
Oh,
called Al's Auto. Like it was it was like in the center there was uh it was called Al's Auto, and then there was a next door was TJ's New York style deli. That was my mom's. So they both had their own business, and we actually had a little TJ. We had like a little car show there, and a lot of the locals came out. It was cool, but
when did
that
you move?
What year?
I moved. So I moved to San Diego in. Let me see. So 77. I want to say it was 89.
Oh, yeah, that was before I moved out here.
No.
It was 89,
Sadly.
89 or 90, something like that.
Sadly, that was
So
before my time.
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember watching my brother. I think one of them or both of them were going to prom. I think they're going to prom. Yeah,
where
there's a
did they go
picture
to
of my
school at?
brother. My brother. Well, me and both my brothers went to Dysart High School.
Dysart.
Yeah, and then my nephew went to Peoria High School. So
Yep.
yeah, but he
I used to
he
cruise.
he didn't get in the cars like the rest of us did. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like
I used to cruise everywhere from what is it? Trevor Brown? Is that what it was?
fucking Maryville.
Maryvale. What was the other one? There was Thunderbird. Was it Thunder? What high school was off of Thunderbird Avenue? And then there was obviously Boot Valley. There was there was Alhambra,
Alhambra. Yeah,
Apollo
Apollo.
Oh
Apollo.
shit!
Apollo.
Yeah.
would
Which
have
one
been
was the
That
one
was
off of? Which one was the one off of McDowell? Like by 70 something? Is that Trevor Brown or something like that?
Trevor
yeah,
Brown.
Yeah, Trevor Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trevor Brown.
Oh, Hayden. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I would go to, I was always try to go through everybody's schools just because, man, those were the
Yeah,
days though, bro. Those were the days. The music,
and
everything, man, was just great.
the systems were just stereo
Man,
systems. People
that
were
was
putting speakers
when
in like
it
crazy.
was either Punch or Alp or Pile Driver was big. I mean, I had one 18-inch pile driver in the whole king cab section of my truck in the
See,
back.
my older brother ended up doing that. My older brother ended up getting, I think it was like a fucking Pioneer, and it was like a giant fucking
Oh.
speaker that took up a massive box.
Kenny.
Ironwood.
Ironwood
Kenny said Ironwood.
was Thunderbird, and then
Okay. Cactus High
High
School.
School.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Hell yeah.
So these are all the homies that are just
Yeah,
chilling, lying
dude.
in wait for when they can chime in.
And that's crazy though, because like,
That's because everybody knows.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, back in that time frame, though, like
You
the value was
I've
big.
relinquished, I've divulged more information in regards of how I've came about my background on this podcast than anybody probably knows. Period. Even my
nice. Well, thank you.
even my pit
Thank
crew.
you, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
absolutely,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude. This has been a fucking
This is what it's about.
yeah.
Like,
This is yeah.
everybody knows a truck. Everybody knows a car. Everybody knows a build. Everybody knows this, but you don't know how it went from
Point
a
A to
stock
point B.
vehicle
Yeah.
that was purchased off of a lot,
West Valley Nissan, which doesn't even exist.
and then
anymore.
has gotten to the point that it was. Unfortunately, it was damaged.
from a graduation
Yeah.
project.
It was
Yeah.
damaged in process from a show back home, and now it's back in the same city,
Yeah,
technically,
from where it started.
from where it started.
Full
So
circle.
check this
Oh,
out,
wait,
man.
here we go.
Uh-oh.
Kenny said DJ was nice. I was like 16, 17 with my
D50.
with a Mitsubishi D50
Yep.
juice and cruise when he would he would cruise with you when he would cruise.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
My older
See?
brother had a
See, that's my
D50.
point, though. People don't understand like the length of how far that truck has gone, come
Yeah.
back. Now Fester's
Right.
redoing the truck, but yet still keeping it OG to the point.
How the fuck did you keep that interior clean, man? What is the secret to keeping that kind
Hope
of
dreams a
velour,
miracle.
velour
The
from
secret
fading?
is keeping it out of the sun so it didn't have fade. Was one. Because
And
it
then
was
air
silk.
conditioning, right?
Right. And the thing about it was normally, I mean, it's very rare that you would when it got done in gold. I don't think it was outside at any, and if it was outside at a show, it was some sort of covering or awning on it because it
Dean
just
says,
I just yeah, it was one of those deals where, it was practical, but I mean we still had to try to keep it preserved, So
Santiago says, DJ and the family gave me another family with the same passion of lowriders. And
so
that's the thing, dude. That's fucking where it's all about, man. You know.
And like a real quick story. I don't know how much longer we have, but a real quick story.
Oh, we
When I got the truck as a graduation gift, let me tell you what happened. I ran away from home. This is crazy. I ran away from home. I took my mom had an '84 Datsun King Cab, took it, ran away from home. And just because it was like, my parents are very, very high on like education. So they weren't really into like prom and going to dances and stuff. But we're in the United States of America. My parents are from South America, from I don't know if you're familiar with like Guyana, right next to Trinidad and Barbados.
Oh, okay. All right.
Guyana's where Jim Jones had that big old thing where he massacred all those people
Oh
with
yeah.
cyanide.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's Jonestown,
Damn.
Guyana. Well, my parents are from Georgetown, Guyana. So their culture, it just entails of basically education and nothing else. So I'm born in America. So I mean, I got friends going out to prom, sweetheart dance, and I'm going home. So bottom line, I ran away. I took the truck and ran away with this girl, and we went all the way to Carlsbad, California, from Arizona. Yeah, I was
See,
on a
that's how it
mission.
started.
So
That's how it
then,
started.
so hear this. So then I kind of jolted my parents. They were like really worried. So when I called them, they got a hold. We spoke. They were like, "Just come back. We'll accept whatever you got going on. If you got a girlfriend, come on, just come on back home. Come on back
Oh no
home."
way.
Swear to you, bro.
Holy
When we came
DJ.
back home, got back home, and my parents was like, "All right, Derek, you're not going to be able to keep a girl if you don't have your education. So now that you've ran away on your senior year." Listen to this, guys. You guys are gonna trip out. Your senior year, we're gonna go to the school and see what we can do. So we went, talked to the dean, and they were like, "Okay, so he's missed quite a bit of work. There's only 4 weeks left, and he's missed like over a month. So the only way we could do this is he would have to go and basically go to do remedial, like a what is it called?
Like
It's like
summer school.
basically yeah. So
Summer school.
and you right, it's like it's basically what I'll do is I'm basically gonna have to try to make up all the work, but I'm not gonna go to school. So my mom's like, she looked at me and she says, "Well, she goes, I'm gonna tell you this much. Uh it costs like $2,000 for the book. That's a lot of bread back then.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was like $2,000, and then she's like, the dean was like, it's gonna be very difficult because he's got to turn in a certain amount of assignments. So I had English, history, and I had math. But what it was I had to turn in 9 assignments, which is three in each course, right? But each course, one of them will be like write a 3-page summary on this. That's one course, but you still got two more to do in that one thing before you go to the other per week. So I had a Dodge D50, a orange Dodge D50, and I was doing my schoolwork. Well, it got down to where the graduation was today, tonight, and I had to finish my last course and do a test. So I mean, I hauled ass, and I got there like 10 minutes from the deadline. I turned in my last course, and they said, okay, well, we'll let you know if you're gonna be able to pass and walk with your class. The dean was like, "There's no way it's gonna happen." So on the way there, I was driving my truck so hard that when I got back into the truck to try to start it at the place where I was turning in my left, the truck wouldn't start. The timing chain went out on it.
Ah.
So get this. I call up my mom and dad. I'm like, the truck's not starting. I go, I made it here in time. It got me here, but I don't know. They go, so are you going to walk with your class? I'm like, I don't know. So they towed the truck back. Tow truck came, picked it up, picked me up, took me back to my dad had a shop on Glendale, right up the street from Glendale High School. He had a little shop. So they
Okay.
dropped the truck off there, and then my mom was like, so how do you think you did? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, "You better hope you pass." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
that
So
that was a famous word every mom
yeah,
told us.
exactly. So get this. She goes, "Come on, let's go for a drive." So we went for a drive, and my mom took me to West Valley Nissan. We were looking around. I saw the truck. She goes, "Is this the only automatic?" I really wanted a hard body, but I couldn't drive stick. So, but there was just the 185 Nissan King Cab there, and I was like, I like this. She's like, you like this? She goes, okay. She goes, you're not getting it until we find out if you graduate. But if you graduate, then you won't have to walk around because we knew you blew the engine on the other truck. So my mom was doing some paperwork. I was sitting on the curb outside, like outside. I was sitting on the edge. I had no idea, and it was an hour before time to line up to walk, bro. I'm sitting there panicking. I don't know what's going on. They called my dad. So then my dad called West Valley Nissan because he knew one of they've done work. My dad was a really good automotive technician. So I hear on the loudspeaker because you know when they on the dealerships have the loudspeakers,
Yeah.
and then I heard it was like and it says Derrick Jhagroo, come to the front office, come to the front office. I was like, wait a minute, that's me. Man, I walk, and the way it's set up, you walk up, the steps were kind of like long and ovalish, and everything was all glass. So as I was walking in, I opened up the door, and my mom's standing there, and the guy who was helping us out, like showing us the vehicles, was standing there. Man, everybody got up and started clapping. And then next thing you know, I heard on the loudspeaker, congratulations, Derrick Jhagroo. You are going to be walking with the class of 87 to Moon Valley High School. You passed all of your courses.
Hell yeah.
They threw me the keys to the truck and I got to drive the truck home. When I got home, the cap and gown, I was late. I was so late that I got home, changed. My dad was like, "Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go." So he jumped in the truck and he was like, "Come on." Drove, and then they're already walking down through the crosswalk. The guys have already gone in the dark blue. The girls are already in silver. And then I grab my cap and gown and I jump out the truck on the street. So it's like all blue, all silver, and one blue on the back. So I'm the one that graduated last. I get to throw my cap up in the air, and but when I got announced, they announced it like, and last but not least, somebody that's done something that's never been done. And they called my name, and I look back, I throw my cap up, and my mom and dad says, "We'll have a surprise waiting for you out there." I said, "Okay." So I threw up the cap. Everything's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Bro, I walk out. I walk out to the front. Everybody's got like, Lincoln Town cards with the boomerang antenna and shit for the
Yeah.
bro. Here comes a silver ghost Rolls Royce. My parents organized it, pulled up. The guy gets out with a hat and he says, and he's got a sign and it says Derrick Jhagroo. And I was like, everybody was like, what the hell? Like from the movie Arthur?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Yes, bro. Like that. Like
Fuck.
that. Dude gets out, and then he's like, Derrick, he goes, come on, the night's yours, wherever you want to go. He took me up to the point. He took me I had like, I grabbed like two. Bro, he took me and then he was like, then he opens up the trunk, champagne, we got to drink. And man, that's how I ended up getting Rap with Envy as a graduation gift,
Damn,
bro.
dude. Fucking graduation of
87.
80 from
So you
87.
had it from 87, and when did Fester
Yeah, when
Acquire.
yeah, when did he acquire it and what year?
I want to say, what are we in 2025? I think it was 2019 or 2020, something like that.
Yeah, so that sounds about
So
right.
you had it the whole time.
Fuck.
You
Yeah.
got retired,
Yeah.
and we're gonna call it 93, 94.
Well,
Yeah.
I won truck of the year 91, 92, 93 consecutively, and then they had a meeting, the lowrider council, whatever, and then they decided that I would just be exhibition unless I go back and redo the truck. I didn't vote on that because I didn't want to, because that's like telling Mike Tyson, you knocked out too many people, go back to the Olympics and start all over again. Why couldn't people just build their truck to the standard and beat me? But so I ended up being on exhibition, and uh, that's when Punch 84 actually won, was the year after.
What?
So when did you get it back from Mexico City? What year was
When
that?
I can tell you this much. I remember one thing. I was staying at the La Reforma Hotel, and this is when they found Saddam Hussein in that hole. They
Oh,
found the day that they found him was I was in Mexico City.
And that was when you got your truck.
That was
Damn,
when
dude,
that
that
was when
truck is-
that was I that when that day when they found Saddam Hussein. The next day I flew back home, and then the truck came back like 2 days later from the transport destroyed.
Damn, dude.
so how long did you have it after you got it damaged
Before Fester
from
got it,
shipping?
So you had another year after that,
A
or
year, or was it like?
I think it was 2.5, 3 years at
Oh
least.
fuck!
so that
Yeah,
thing
it
was
just
literally in hiding.
yeah, it was it was actually in a friend of mine's garage. His mom was like, "Yeah, you can leave it here," and it stayed there for 2.5 to 3 years. Nobody knew it. It was in Garland, Texas.
Oh fuck!
But it's crazy, right?
Saddam was captured in 03. Holy shit. That's still a lot. Like, that thing
That's a
has.
long time. Yeah,
that-
everybody's chiming in right now.
Dude, that-
03, Saddam was caught.
Dude, that
So
thing.
you had it
saw-
from 03, and then
Yeah,
19.
Damn. That thing
So
seemed
you
like
had
3
that thing
decades.
hiding away.
for hiding for a long, long time, man.
10,
16.
It just, I
yeah, I was
just,
gonna
I
say
just,
16 years.
it was just, man. It was just, man. It literally, it destroyed me to see the truck in that condition. When I saw it, and all the
So,
paint was just somebody took a hammer and just beat on the hood, but
so
they don't realize that the hood and the front end is all one piece, and that you slide the front end off. If you didn't know that, then if you're trying to open up the hood and you're pounding it with a hammer and destroying the paint,
oh,
they,
because they thought it was on a fucking.
Oh, because the hood. Oh,
They thought it
fuck.
was the
Probably
hood
through-
The
prop.
hood would fucking pop. Oh,
So what they-
fuck's sake.
So I can see it. What they did was they slid
Yep.
it. It went up. They're like, well, how come it's not going up? And one of those dudes was like, oh, I bet you it still has the hood thing.
Customs, Border
So they-
Patrol.
so they
fuck
Yeah.
fucking-
off.
They thought
Hey.
if they hit it, it'll pop up. No.
Yep. Fuck you guys.
No.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
See, back
Yeah.
then that was
and
maybe
then
that's
I don't know if they drove it or whatnot, but for the ball joint was busted, and the truck was like sitting on the rim was facing, like, when those hoppers when they bust a ball joint and
Yeah,
the rim goes face down. That's how it was when it was in the transport. I was standing in the transport going, "This is not my truck."
So
Oh,
like,
Jarhead for life says I always love those one-off Daytons you had.
Oh yeah, wow, man, it's amazing how some people just remember certain things that I forgot
telling
about.
you.
Where are the one-off Daytons?
No, well,
Hang on.
which ones?
I was gonna
You're
say
talking-
you said it.
Sorry?
Whichever ones Jarheads might be referring
Yeah,
to.
Jarhead says the
Oh wait.
one-off. Santiago says that's why it was all scratched.
Oh, probably
Probably the hood.
the hood.
That's what he's talking about.
The-
So the wheels, the one-off Daytons.
I'm going with some.
So I had one off. Everybody thought they were Daytons, but I had one off 200 spoke roadsters on there. Ray.
So they were roadsters,
They were
not
roadsters.
Daytons. Jarhead.
No, they were
They were roadsters.
roadsters. I had Dayton's the first year when I won truck of the year. First year, the second year I had the
Okay.
McLean's. The third year I'd gotten sponsored by Roadsters. Roadsters made a 200 spoke, like literally Ray, God rest his soul, because he died. He's no longer with us. The owner of Roadster. That's why his wife sold the tooling to Coker Tire for Zenith. But they were actually Zeniths. Well, to me, the
Old school
Roadster and the
name right
Zenith
there.
was kind of like the same locking mechanism that he had put on there. But yeah, they were Zenith 200 spoke.
Damn.
Were they the chrome and gold with like a purple?
Correct.
No.
So those are the ones that back in a while.
Do you have those still?
I do not.
Okay,
do
so
not.
I'm gonna believe if I'm correct. Maybe not. I remember a while back, Fester posted a picture. What do you think I should do with these wheels? And he showed one of them, and I think it was that one. And then people started commenting and going, "Auction it off! I want it on my wall." So people were
Yeah.
like, "Already."
You know, it's so
They're
funny.
like, no, they're
because,
staying with it. He
man,
did that, and then he was like, "Nope."
man, you know, Fester got a good deal on the truck. I'll tell you that much. And
Cool. And
I'm happy
we'll
with,
leave it.
and I'm happy with everything he's done. You know, everything he's done.
Okay, yeah,
And,
because man, you've had that to have that thing through decades. That
yeah.
thing saw Monica Lewinsky.
It
You know,
did. You
it
guys,
did.
you guys are hilarious.
Okay, it's that time. It's fucking 10:03.
Oh,
It's like 10, 11 o'clock over there.
Yeah, no.
Santiago
It's
says,
12:03 here.
Santiago has them.
Santiago says, I'm blessed to have gotten them back from Fester.
Oh, Santiago
so
has
you
them.
got him.
Oh, shit balls.
What the fuck?
That's the original tailgate.
Damn.
Because Fester had to redo the tailgate.
Hang on. Let's
That's
go
the
back.
original.
Hang
Go
on.
back. Oh, we want to see
Hang
that.
on.
I know.
I want to see that.
So
Can you go back?
the tailgate, I couldn't get a hold of. There was a guy who had the tailgate, couldn't get a hold of him.
Okay.
So when the truck was sold, I mean, I didn't have the tailgate, and and I was like calling him. I was like, "Yo, I need the tailgate." He didn't want to give it to me, I was just like in the middle of thinking of doing something with the truck, but when Fester decided to buy it, it was like couldn't get the tailgate back. So he asked me where's the tailgate, and I'm like, I don't have it. So, but I eventually, with some persuasion, I got my tailgate back. So I just
Let's
left
see
it on the
one
wall.
more time.
Let's see it one last time.
Sure.
Because that's
I was gonna say the one.
yeah. Because no, this is something you're
Fester
not gonna
had
see.
done very good replica.
Holy.
That's why I
shit.
wanted to do it. Just that right there.
Now,
So how much?
Fuck
shit.
Christ.
How many hours went into that, man? Into the modding alone, just to do the split.
Man, I don't even know if I could tell it to you in hours. I could just tell it to you. It took like a week to kind of get it, and then yeah. But you can kind of see it's still a
It's
week.
still
A week to kind of
It
figure
looks
it.
like it just got painted.
It looks like you just
No.
waxed it again.
No,
Like
the fourth
that
decade.
thing, yeah, that thing looks like
That thing
brand
looks
new.
fresh. That thing looks clean. Look at the flake, dude.
I know.
The light doesn't even do it justice. That thing
no.
has so much of a beautiful color, and it's
Yeah,
not over bright either.
No, it's like
Uh-uh.
perfect.
And keep in mind, this was done in '93.
Oh, 93,
Oh,
03, 13.
a lot of threes.
That's 31 years old.
Three-time champion. Hello. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
three-time champion.
You got to think it's 31 years old. That's how old that is.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
the truck is
Yeah.
31 years
31.
old.
That's exactly how old it is.
Holy
31 years.
That is fucking insane.
And you know what's
Man,
so
but the
funny,
guitar
guys,
thing-
is like I could literally just here's my daily, my infinity. I got a little infinity. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if you guys.
That dang already rolling on dubs.
Yeah, well, 22s with the silver, but they're 22
it's
staggered. They're
insane.
22 11 and a half at the rear.
Oh shit.
22 and a half.
Yeah, well, it's a Q70.
yeah.
It's a Q70L.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
are
not bad.
those spokes or is that
Office
just a like
release.
multi-spoke?
It looks like it's multi.
Jarhead
Yeah, it's
for
not the
life
whole
says
thing.
all Fester needs is
Okay.
the trunk named Modern Art, and he's got all the mini legends.
Yeah, he does.
Dude, Modern Art was done by Red's Hydraulics, and I'll be honest with you, that was probably one of the best builds that David had ever done. That Modern Art was really modern art. That was an awesome truck. I'll never forget the trucks that actually made me like worry about losing or actually pushed me to actually do something more and more and more. Was Modern Art was one, Raw Deal was another. Uh,
Do
yeah,
you think? Do you think if it? Do you think now in this day and age, do you think it would hit another championship?
rap
Yeah. If
the way
yeah, just like if
The way you left it.
the way you left it before it got destroyed, do you think
Oh shoot! Oh
if
hell no!
if
She would
re-
hit.
if retirement never happened,
No, she would hit.
do you think it would still be hitting championships all the way to 2025?
to be
No,
honest
it
with
would've had
you, if there was no such thing as retirement, I would have probably redone the truck because I redid it every year. So I wouldn't it wouldn't be the same at this day and age. I mean, honestly, everything. I mean,
I
there's
got
a couple
different
things that
feels
I
for
really
it.
don't like about Rap with Envy that I really wanted to redo, and
See, I've got different feels for it because so you hypothetically, Fester finds them, Tom Jenkins finds them, they get them, they restore them just a little bit, and then put them back out on the circuit.
right,
If Rap with Envy was not in such despair and would have been able to get put back out on the circuit with a new battery, fresh fuel pump, a little of this, a little of that, just some minor
yeah,
tweaks, and she hit the circuit back in like 22 or 23. Oh, I guarantee you that would have just there you go. Here's
There,
another one.
the only truck that I think that I like. No, not that I think that I like, but that I know that would probably uh is probably that has some detail done on it that I would have wanted to do to my truck is Pure Insanity. That's the tandem
Oh,
axle
yep,
S10 uh
yep.
Yeah.
that was
Yep.
painted like golden purple. But
Yep.
I mean, I knew that, and the owner passed away from cancer, and he spoke with me, and he told me how much he admired my truck. That he built a lot of his stuff, like the tailgate and certain things that he did on his truck. We did it like because of my truck. So it was very flattering, very flattering. And then when
That
I came out in the
yeah.
Japanese Lowrider magazine. They came to my house and did a photo shoot. Uh, and when they did that photo shoot, there was a guy who had a white S10 that built his truck in his garage. He put a double scissor, pearl white with red and man, it looked identical to my truck, the tailgate and everything, the mods. And when I met him in at the Super Show, he came up to me and somebody was interpreting, and man, and he was like bowing, like like
Oh yeah.
just
Nice. Hell yeah. That's
oh
shit right
yeah,
there.
yeah. And I was so flattered by that because this dude built it, man, in his garage, bro. And I'll be honest with you, it was I don't know how he could have built it in his garage with just a regular welder or whatever, but man, he did a great job.
See,
Yeah.
that's the
So
point.
yeah,
Like, I mean, if it was not to the point that it was when he got it back from Mexico City, he could have put it away for
Sat
the
on it
13 years
and then just
and then
wipe
just
the dust
pop
off.
and just wipe the dust off, brought it back out and just, hey,
Park
let's
it.
fuck around and find out. Let's put this
you
thing back out on the
you know
stage real quick.
when Benny Flores painted the truck, he told me I could go park it in the ocean for a couple of years, pull it back out, rinse it off, wash it down, and because it's a resin flake, nothing would happen to
Oh,
the paint.
Ah,
yep.
shit, that water
See,
would have
Yeah.
sucked.
that's why I'm
So it's
make
basically like it's like fiberglass. Like literally we
yeah.
had to chip off the material on the door jambs, like around the where the striker was, just to get the door to close because it was so much
Holy shit.
material. But yeah, man, but literally, I mean, and that's why it's able to
Dude,
hold up its
I
color.
like how you said every year you would change it. Dude, this is just me, and I'm probably get a lot of hate from people me saying this. It would look crazy to see that on a set of billet wheels and tuck completely and like and that like completely laid out, but actually like body drop it. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
I'm you know what? That's why I said rest, like in the resto thing, that was like a part of, it was gonna be done like a total hot rod, but with Rap with Envy swag, if that makes any
Dude, that
sense.
thing is like just I could
was
picture
gonna
it.
say, man, that's WWE like that with my car. Even
Yeah.
though it got to a point, and nowhere even close to your cars, but my little Civic that I have and got back, I had like I would draw pictures and everything else inspired by WWE, take things
What?
off of that. But then I also cued in like with the billet wheels when that craze started coming in, and it was
I
just
love billet
literally
wheels.
paint stuff and body,
Uh,
body customization, whatever. So there was definitely for me a lot of inspiration from the truck.
Absolutely.
And I know there was lots of people on out there, but
Man, I would love to do black and rose gold, but just like that's it. Not like a bunch of colors, because I'm kind of grown out of that stage. But I
That'd
mean,
be
I kind of
sick.
like that idea.
That'd be sick.
I
like
kind of like that idea.
the scissors would be rose gold, but then like all the nuts and bolts, the frame, and everything. I mean, it would be so clean and molded, and just it would, and the rims would be like, if I didn't go with the wires, which I would have to do for the lowrider show, but if I was to do like a RG Canning show, I would definitely put some. I'm a sucker for a directional wheel, like a billet wheel. I'm a sucker for like a left side and a
Oh,
right side
yes.
to work.
Yeah,
we
we
know
know a guy.
Hey, we know a guy.
Because-
Whatever you want, he can help you.
Yeah, because we're gonna
Yeah.
fuck
We're
up. We're about to fuck up that steering wheel in the background. Yank it off the fucking thing. Watch. Just rip it off the shit. I should have ripped it off the thing.
What the
We're
hell?
gonna destroy this thing. We're gonna destroy
Why?
it because we have to put it to a durability test. We already found out that if you drop it a couple times on the concrete, it chips real fast.
And if you leave it in the,
Oh.
if you leave it in on your dash, like if it's like this,
Uh-huh.
hypothetically, and the top half right here is literally sitting in the sun. This is going to be on a 98 degree. This is going to be 174 degrees.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
hot as shit.
So yeah.
So we're gonna.
It
fuck
will
around
definitely
and find out.
fry your hand. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to tune in and watch.
Yeah. Well.
Real.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Now I'm tuned in for like, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna check you guys out every week. For
Hey,
sure.
We're always
it's always
sure.
something.
Yeah.
New.
We're always doing.
Yeah,
It
man.
might be something mundane, just us three hanging out, bullshitting,
Yeah.
just reading comments. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
If
it might
I get that truck, I'll send you some video with me driving, and then I'll
Hell
send you
yeah,
some
dude.
video.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my question is, and with everything, damn man, your ideas. I think if your ideas, lay them down again, dude, would be sick too. Not only build a truck, but go buy a newer Acura, and do the remake of that.
Shadow is. Oh
Yeah.
It would be like the 2025 Shadows.
Yeah, those would be
Yeah.
sick.
You would just have the Shadow collection.
Yeah, dude, you just have the shadow of everything.
I think at this day and age, I would probably have to have my sponsors step up a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah.
Things are just
Okay,
so much
was it
more
harder? Do you believe it's harder? It was harder back then for you to get sponsors compared to now, or some sponsors like, all right, I'm down.
You know what? I think it was harder. It's harder probably now because, normally when you get a sponsor, you've got to draft up a proposal. You've got to tell them like what you're doing, and then you have to have some sort of, you have to have already accomplished something for them to actually give you any time of day, because anybody could be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this to my car and this that, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. But if you've already like when I went, me and my brother, we drove to Tempe, Arizona from Dallas. We drove to Tempe, Arizona, and was like with a stack of magazines that I was in. Went to Fosgate, talked to Chris Parvin. We called him up, and then we went there, showed him the stack of magazines, and was like, "I'm doing an Explorer." I did an Explorer that I actually sold uh, to a guy that I sold an Explorer. I did it like pearl white with the marbleizer with the gold leaf, and it had a full gold roll cage in it. And it came out in lowrider. It was called NV2000, and it like the bumpers, like Sir Michael's French, the bumper for the exhaust came through the bumper, and really
So
nice
I
and
wish I
clean.
would have kept my magazines.
But what was my point now? What was my point? Oh, yeah. So when Chris Parvin saw the magazines, he was like, "All right, pick out whatever you want." So I picked out whatever I wanted, and he's like, You're gonna have to pay for the install. I'm gonna have somebody do the install, but it's gonna be in Los Angeles, but you're gonna have to take the truck there, but I'm gonna ship the stuff there, and you can go ahead and get it in, it's all free."
God
Cool.
damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking gnarly.
So you
Yeah.
can't do that now.
Yeah, now you can't do
You
that.
can't do that now.
So-
Now it's a lot harder.
You
know,
gotta have a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have a
Correct.
lot of
back
pictures.
then in the early '90s, you had to show
Receipts.
the work
Correct.
that you were doing. You know,
You
like
got
hey,
it right.
this is
They
what
want
I
to know
did.
what shows you're going to attend. They want to make
Yep.
sure it's not going to be a deficit for them to endorse their product on your vehicle, and it's just going to sit and drive around locally. So, and that was the main important thing, because with nowadays, there's really not. Back in our days, it was kind of like advertisements had to be done with going, like putting it in the magazine or going to shows. Now people can just sit at home and watch Facebook, whatever, and just it's practically like they're there. So the
Yep.
advertisement is kind of like just, you know, gone. You people are getting exposure just by being on social media. So
Yeah.
social media
That's
has
how we got.
killed. Social media has. I mean, it's kind of revolutionized the advertising world, because now everything's a lot more virtual. You can see, like, I wish I was born in this era, because the kids, but like the parents are taking videos of them when they're like, "Oh, when you were young, Derek, you used to," and I've got to get a mental picture, but everybody's gonna have to get to see videos of themselves when they were in their adolescent stages,
I know.
growing.
I
And
am happy that I have.
I'm glad that I didn't get to see
Yeah.
it.
I'm happy that there are Polaroids of me
Yep.
in horrible
Are
Halloween
you?
masks.
You don't think you would have wanted to see yourself in action? Because instead of having to make a mental picture in your head.
I like imagination.
I like so that's the
Imagination.
fun thing. Like I went home. What was it? When did we go home to Minnesota? It was like a month, 2 months ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, the pictures that I have are there. They're in a photo album, the whole 9 yards. And I had to show my wife, like, hey, this is what I did in this phrase, this phase. But it was just like, I like reliving that moment in my brain,
Yeah.
not actually everybody seeing like all the ridiculous shit that happened behind the scenes to get to that moment. You know what I mean? But it's just nice to share those moments. Like, okay, cool, we have pictures, we have this. Like my mom sent me pictures the other night of my grandma. She passed away,
Oh, my
and she sent me
condolences, bro.
all these pictures that were on the board. It was like a collage board or something like that. But it was all the pictures that I could remember back in those moments, and it was like re-triggering those memories back in that day. You know what I mean? I don't have to have a video, but you get these things.
Yeah,
My mom gave me
yeah,
that. My mom gave me that.
It's nice
There you
to
go.
it's nice to have those personal moments to yourself that
Right.
not the whole world can see on the social media. You know what I mean?
True.
This is gonna be
I
real
guess-
terrible
Oh,
for you.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, photo albums.
What
That's
we got?
awesome.
What we got?
We got photo albums. We're gonna go take
Oh
it back.
shit! Don't tell me. Oh, I'm like, where's the Mazda?
I don't have
That's
any
all I
Mazdas.
care
No,
about.
no Mazdas in there.
No Mazda pictures.
These were
darn.
We're gonna take it
We
back.
got,
We're
where are we going? Elko?
We're gonna take it back to this was my El Camino.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
That was,
That's what's
that was
up.
an 81 El Camino that I had 2 pumps, 10 switches, 6 batteries, chained in the front, chained in the rear.
McLean's.
No, like LA wire.
Oh,
LA
okay.
wire.
Flat
Yeah.
center.
No, they're not. There's
Yeah.
none there.
Yeah, they were just they were regular knockoffs. And I got the wheels from an '84 Cutlass that I got from automotive school when I went to AAI. Yeah, because this kid had a '84 Cutlass sitting there for a few months, and then I was like, "Hey, what are you doing with it?" And then they're like, "Well, we're gonna junk it." I'm like, "I'll take it. I'll give you $100." And I bought it for $100. And my brother showed up. We fucking flat towed it home, got it in the backyard, jacked it up. I took the wheels off, and then my other brother goes, "Well, I want it." I go, "There's no title." He's like, "Yeah," but he had an '84 Cutlass, so he took a couple parts out of it, and then we ended up getting rid of it.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it. That's gangster.
Yeah. So, and then let's see.
Why are you slacking, bro?
These are in a book. We can go prom status or ROTC.
I'm pretty sure they're probably
ROTC. He was a ROTC. Were you a ROTC?
Yeah.
You sure were. Oh,
Yeah.
You sure were.
That was super geek status, bro. Super geek status. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
and that's the thing. There's no video footage of this, but we get to relive this memory in our time, in our brain.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, these. Well,
You can stand up. Fuck, I'm tired of doing it.
Here. This is a picture.
I'm like, I'm tired of standing up. You do it.
So this
Stand up.
is my brother's truck.
Go. Nope, this way. Down.
Yeah.
Which one are you going?
Right
Can
here.
one?
Tilted towards the tilted forward.
No,
Okay, the other way. There you go. Okay.
That one right there. That's what he had. That was a Mitsubishi on blades, 15 by 10s, and then he had a big ass fucking goddamn. I'm gonna say like almost like a house, like an 18-inch giant subwoofer in the back
House speakers.
that took up like fuck. No, it was a like an old Pioneer, and it was fucking huge. He got it off somebody else who gave it to him because the other dude was going a different route. He wanted to do like almost like a bed of 10s,
Wow.
you know, and 15s. Yeah.
So
There's a lot of stuff.
I got a question for you guys. So what possessed you guys to come up with this podcast? Like what was the initial like thought process of like, man, we should do this, and you guys doing it?
So I had this idea for a very long time.
It's been his idea for a long time. So let's just start with this one.
I've had it for a very long time. It was an idea, but my version of it was I wanted to bring a lot of stuff. Like I wanted to do like the dark version of it, you know, where you know we would be like, oh well, fuck, so and so hates so and so. Everyone's fighting with so and so. Somebody can't stand this club. Everybody hates that club. Nobody gets along with this club. Nobody, you know, like to show people where they go. You know, not like the drama part where somebody goes, oh well, you know, we don't like people that club hop. You know, or somebody. You know, no, that one was just a regular Mitsubishi, my brother's truck. There was no Mighty Max. It was just a regular Mitsubishi.
Anyways, back on the ranch.
But you know, it was just I wanted to do that, and then I answered an ad on Facebook, signed up with a production company, and then it was just we went hard for a while, and then it was
about a year and 2 months.
Yeah, and then after a while, we just boom, getting different people, and we were just bringing it to light slowly of just different stuff about mini trucking and people.
A lot of local things.
Yeah, but more like just bringing the showing that, you know, Arizona's, we got good builders, quality stuff, great people to work with, good clubs, you know.
I remember Seductive.
Our culture that's way different, you know.
Seductive
and everybody would be like,
I remember.
Yeah, so everybody would be like, oh, well, you guys were like this. Okay, I'm the guy. We're like, no, like. Yeah. We were bringing to light.
It got to the point, you know, the Truckadillo guys out here kind of took over, and it was giving us a lot of bad reps.
Yeah, we couldn't cruise anywhere sometimes because people would think we're gonna go do burnouts in the middle of the street.
Cops were harassing us, you know, this, that, and then some, you know, and it was a different light. He's been trying to do this for probably 3 years. I've known Moses for
long time.
10. 10 years now.
Yeah. So
and he came to me. He's like, I got a guy. He's gonna do this podcast. He's gonna produce it. He's gonna this. He's gonna that. He's gonna do this.
We did it,
and it just kind of snowballed into what it is now. Yeah. We've had it now for a month.
A month.
We purchased it from the producer.
We got it. And then
So
thanks to a
now
good friend of mine.
we have it in our possession, so we have a lot more freedom.
Yeah, so we can do a lot more stuff. So like like right now, we went a little bit farther up our time.
It's 10:30-ish here, our time, so it's 11:30 your time.
And thank you for
12:30.
being on with us.
Oh, 12:30.
12:30. Shit, dude. Sorry. Do you got to be at work in the morning?
You're killing this
Fine.
man.
You're fine. No, you guys are fine, man. If I was tired, I would have dropped a subtle hint. I would have texted you on the side.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like before, we would have been able to go to like 9:15 our time.
but yeah,
And it would have had to be like, okay, let's
We-
just
we
hit all
have
the
to hit a
hot
lot.
topics,
Yeah.
and then after that, it's like, oh shit, we
You know,
can't do it.
'cause-
Now we have the luxury of having it
just
in
be able to go a lot
ours.
longer, and we can
like-
pre-record stuff.
We
Yeah.
have
You know-
the control.
So I'm going to
We can
give you guys a little
pre-record and-
bit of my opinion. I think that you guys, what you're doing, it makes people that people have a certain image or what they think of me, quote unquote. But you make it comfortable enough to open up.
Bless you.
Excuse me. You make it
Bless
comfortable
you.
enough to open up. You guys are real receptive. And the thing about it is the respect and the way you guys are, the way your whole demeanor, that you guys have different personalities, but the same personality.
Yep.
And it's like, man, and you could tell that there's a bond between all of you guys that's really solid. And when you guys have that type of a bond, it really reflects. And so, to be honest, I'm not trying to. I just want to tell you that whatever what you're doing is healthy, and it's actually it's a breath of fresh air, because I got to open up on a lot of things that people had never knew about. How I got the truck and the graduating and all just the whole 9 yards. So
That's a
kudos and
story.
hats off to you guys very much, man.
Thank
And I
you.
wish you
Thank you, man.
nothing but success in the future.
Oh yeah. Thank
And
you.
if there's anybody that I know that I've run into that I think would be a good chew-in, I
Okay.
will definitely
Yeah.
put them to the
Oh
way.
yeah. All right. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see what.
Let's see what Kenny
Let's see
has.
what Kenny's got.
Our Kenny out here in Arizona. This is the part you didn't get to see or hear yet.
Let's see.
Okay.
Kenny goes, be thankful Moses left his shirt on this time. No.
No,
Tonight.
we used to have a rule after 9 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock after hours, so you would see a whole lot of
What?
titties.
No lot of nude. But tonight's
What?
I'm gonna
That's
keep
a
my
little
shirt on tonight.
yeah.
What size are
tonight's
the
one of those.
gauges, Moses? What size are the gauges?
Quarter of an inch. Inch and a quarter.
Oh yeah, you're an inch.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm an
inch and a quarter.
Inch and a quarter.
I'm an inch and an eighth.
That's
yeah.
what I was gonna ask next. And
I got a half inch. My little baby.
Yeah, everybody's got a little. And then
Yeah, I
Wes
got
still has-
cute
I
little
had
guys.
something here at one
Whoa.
point in time.
Yeah, Wes had
Many
something
moons
that
ago.
many moons
Yeah.
ago.
got you. So how old is everybody? Moses, how old are you?
I'm 41, born in '84. He's 40, and Wes.
I just turned 50.
He just
last
turned 50.
Friday, so I'm the new guy, but I'm the old guy.
Man,
He's the old
Wes,
new
you
guy.
in-
Old new
now
guy.
you in the 50-something club like me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm 55. So
Oh shit!
yeah,
55.
yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
Don't look 55.
Bunch of old
Then
fucks.
look-
No, I would have never guessed. I would have
You know
guessed
why?
maybe
Because
40.
our food was real.
No,
We had real food back then.
None of this
Wendy's
crap-
was real. There
but
was
if
no
I
Canes.
had to guess, just looking at him right now on the screen, I would have guessed 44, 43.
Yeah, I would.
I'll take it.
I would say
I'll take it.
44.
I'll take
He
it.
doesn't have
Absolutely.
gray hairs
Yeah,
on the screen.
yeah. I know. With owning
Yeah.
a lowrider, shit, you're stressing out more than anything. Fucking.
Man, who are you telling?
He's like, that's just.
He's like,
He's
who
like-
are you telling right
he's
now?
like, hold on.
Hey,
Who you telling?
Just for
Who you
men,
telling,
Man,
bro?
it was man.
I
This
got
is so
no
much.
hair.
I had no. Oh wow, I could read your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Man,
yeah.
I
Not
had no idea what to expect on this podcast. You could ask Moses. I was like, so. I
What you
had
talking
no
about?
idea, but man, I'm really happy that I did it.
Thanks, man. Oh yeah.
No,
Like I
we
said.
keep it simple. You know, we keep it, to the truck that you're attached to, or the truck that you helped inspire.
A lot.
You know, we keep it very close to all of that. You know, we don't like to get all down into the nitty gritty. You know, like, oh yeah, this, that, and then something. No, like we like to hear the stories.
Yeah.
Get the stories out that aren't getting out. There's stories behind, Rap with Envy that aren't out there yet for people to just click and watch, and hear how it was literally
A graduation.
a graduation gift from
Literally.
a lot,
Yeah.
that don't
Yeah.
even
and
exist.
That doesn't
you
even
don't
exist
hear that.
anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, you don't hear
No.
that anymore, and that's the thing that's not there anymore. It's like
That's
every
the history.
truck that I've ever bought, I want to figure out where it came from before.
Like the
Everything
history
has a
behind it.
testimony. Everything has
Yes.
a testimony. So
Yep.
Exactly.
So-
Sometimes it's
and
good.
that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Where did this truck?
it just makes it that much more personal, especially to get it from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? Granted, I don't
Yeah.
own it anymore, but
No,
you know.
but the thing is, at least like how you
What
said,
happened to the Corvette?
The Corvette is not the owner, James Perry, out of Battle Creek, Michigan, lost contact with me for quite a while, and then a guy from, oh God, what car club? I forgot, but his name is Twitty. Twitty, I think is his last name. He's got it. He put
Conway
some red
Twitty.
graphics on it, and I guess I had somebody holding it, and they ended up selling it to him or whatnot, and. I haven't really heard from James Perry in a while. I don't know what happened to him. You're talking about All Wrapped Up, right?
I believe that's probably the one you're talking about.
well,
Yeah,
we'll
that
find
was the
out
name
here.
of it because
Yeah,
it was he wanted a carbon copy of Rap with Envy, so I named it All Wrapped
Yeah.
Up.
Oh, it's in San Antonio. It's now red and gold.
Yeah, there you go.
Rollers only.
Rollers only,
in
Texas. Kenny says yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenny's
John
original question that he asked about the
And
Corvette. That's what he was asking.
Santiago says.
And then Santiano said
John Twitty. I thought it was Conway Twitty.
Right?
And then it's still
Well,
going.
I guess they're still on the. I guess they're still listening, huh? That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, everybody is.
Yeah.
We've still got 13 plus people
Okay.
watching right now.
Earlier, one of your friends was talking about the hobby, one of the hobby stores. Forgot low something hobby.
Hang on.
All right, we're gonna find this. real
Let's
quick.
go back.
Because I wanted him to see that.
I want to see the chats. How do I see the chats?
Just
I'm trying to keep
We're
up
trying
with
to-
them
yeah.
all the way through. So let's see.
So I'll be able to replay this, right? When
Yes,
Yeah,
100%. Yes.
100%.
Okay, cool.
We have.
And you can have everybody go, like, whoever's watching, they can go to, you can catch it. Your replays are all over Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it'll be on YouTube. It'll be
YouTube.
on everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're out there.
Chester, I don't know if I will be able to. Nope, I'm
No,
not
okay.
sure if I'll be
All
able
I
to
know
find
is it was one of your friends who said
it was
about
an RC car. Oh, the Zephyr.
Yeah, it was around the Zephyr one, and somebody said that they're building a replica of a
the
model
truck.
of the model.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
the
Santiago
Explorer.
and Andreas, and then there's a guy named
Oh,
Laying
it's already
low.
popping in. It's already laying low hobbies.
Laying Low
Yeah.
Hobbies.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I
Yep.
guess he said
There
that
we
they're
go.
building a replica.
It's all popping off right now.
Santiago.
Everybody's
A
like
one,
boop, boop.
a one replica. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that they made a shirt with Rap with Envy that Santiago sent me a picture of yesterday. I was like, man, I need 4 of those shirts, please. Those was like, those
Okay.
were some-
Did that bed rotate? Did that bed
the bed never rotated, only the shell.
Okay.
Only the shell rotated. The
Wait,
bed just was stationary.
the bed.
So go
Double scissor, and then the shell used to spin.
Son of a.
That's a lot of work.
See, that's my
a
point.
lot of work.
Yeah, if I was a
You
judge
know
at
what?
any of your,
Ruben from Reds, he just passed away too. But Ruben from Reds Hydraulic, Reds means 3 brothers, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
us.
Ruben, Efren, and David. So Ruben was the eldest one. We had thought about it. We were just brainstorming at the shop one day, and I was like, man, I want to do something with the shell. And he goes, make it spin. I'm like, you make it spin. He goes, you want me to? I says, can you?
Had waterfall.
The rest was history.
Okay, read the comment. That's right
Santiago
here.
says it had a waterfall.
It had a waterfall inside the bed.
Yeah, what we did is we cut out the bottom of the bottom of the truck, of the floor we made a cutout, and then like when you go to like the Mexican food restaurants. You see like the horchata in the Jamaica house running through on the side of the
Oh, yeah,
glass.
Yeah.
So we had a recirculatory pump, and we had double glass on all four corners. So when you looked up underneath there, it looked like water was running down, but it never came to the ground.
Damn,
Hey, if
dude.
I was ever a judge back in that day, yeah, no. Fuck this clipboard. I'm done. Like, I ain't doing this. I'm gonna be here for
Yeah.
an hour. I might be here for a day.
But see, picture that was something that was
I
not
know.
done.
I know, but that's my point. Like
At all.
I'm thinking back in like the '92 era,
No.
and I was only in like third, fourth grade at that point
Wow.
in time.
Yeah,
But
like I said,
still, it was still one of those things that was
Teenage me would be like, "Oh my god."
yeah, it was still something
Wow.
that was in my brain. Like this was something upcoming. This was new. This was where
I was taking model
my
cars.
children
Yeah.
are now.
Dude, I was
you
taking
know.
I was taking model cars and trying to
Oh, and then
Fucking-
Santiago has something else to say, right?
Santiago
And I was
says,
mixing with the real.
Wait till you see the replica model.
"Damn, dude."
A model truck.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
will
a
that be available, Santiago? Will that be available for us? Because
I
some of
told
us
you,
would like to laugh
Santiago.
on it.
I told you,
That'd be
Santiago,
sick.
what's gonna happen.
Some of us poor white folk over here.
Yeah, we want. I that would be sick.
You gotta know how much this thing's gonna cost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, but what pieces will come with it?
don't matter.
You know what I mean? Will it come with the with the bed? Will it come with the scissor bed in the back? Will it come with the scissor setup?
There's a guy here in
Oh,
Houston.
here's your answer.
Ask my brother and Andres. Okay.
So there's a
yeah,
guy
I'm
in
Andres.
Houston. There's a guy in Houston that's doing a scale model of the truck as well. Santiago knows him, and this guy he did one of Loco 64, and
Oh,
I'll be honest with you. I mean, it was so spot on. I couldn't believe it, and everything that he's doing with Rap Within Me, the way he's building it so far, he is
So
spot on to I mean identical the truck. I can't even express
Okay.
you.
the comments are popping off right now.
okay.
I can
Jarhead
imagine.
says, I remember the spare wheel would spin in the truck
Correct.
bed.
Absolutely. Yep, it sure did.
You got
It sure
Tony
did.
Lopez. You
Tony
got
Lopez,
wait till you see Tony Lopez, aka Legendary
Miniatures.
Miniatures.
Oh, so
And
here's
then
our-
now we got
That's
Finn
who it
out
is.
here.
That's who it is that I'm talking about is Tony.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kenny
he
says
is
I don't
the-
remember, but the wheel. Yeah, it did, Kenny. It did
It did spin.
yes,
Kenny
it
has
did. It
to
did
say-
spin.
It's gonna
Right.
keep going. We just started a whole plethora.
Carlos Ramirez, do you have video of the truck you can put together and share it? It's hard to find on Google Videos. It's gonna be hard. You got to go find a VHS,
But-
and a VHS, and then go somewhere in the hood.
Ask DJ. DJ has them.
He probably has one of them from '93. The VHS.
You know
the
what,
red one
guys?
or the
My
pink
mom
one.
has. I don't have anything. I don't even have a magazine in this house with my truck.
I trust me. That's what I wish I would have kept mine. Santiago says, Andres and I have been working together on the
A
true
1.1 replica,
and
16th scale
scale
from
from
scratch.
So is that going to be plastic or die cast? 'Cause
So
I'm-
I have some footage. I have some footage that Tony
Live.
sent me. I
Yeah.
have some footage that Tony sent me, man. I might slide one or two just to show you guys
All right.
a little bit of. I mean, yeah, you're gonna be like, what? No way.
Do we have? Is this like personal, like for us, or can we like repost it?
What we're
Footage.
talking about?
The video footage
Yeah,
that
the
you
footage.
might send us after.
I'll let you know. I got to talk to Tony about that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll
Touch the
take it.
skin is the win.
Oh wait, here we go.
Right.
We need to- oh, there you go,
We need to
Carlos.
contact
We
your
need to
mom.
contact mom.
Oh God, no.
Mom's
what
gonna be
you
like,
don't
He's
know.
like,
no.
Debo,
Yeah.
tuck your chain.
No.
Tuck your chain.
Lane Low Hobby says this will be exactly like the 1.1 truck. The model
Won't be for sale. Limited quantity of the
Shirts
t-shirt
will be for
for
sale.
sale.
Dang, man.
But you guys-
that would be
Oh,
tight.
there you go. Wasn't the flame or
The frame.
frame hall gold?
Oh, half gold and half chrome.
Oh, this is
No,
just gonna
my
keep going.
frame was all chrome. I had certain parts like my leaf springs before I did the 4 link with the ladder bar setup. I had
That's
my
what it
leaf
was.
springs was half chrome and half gold.
Okay, so there you go, Jarhead.
We're still going.
Los Olivos, post that, bro. I can vouch for my bro Tony. All right, hell yeah. Well, hopefully, okay. All right, we already got.
Your homies aren't even telling you to post.
Okay, so we already got one. Okay, if we get
Who was
that
that?
video,
Los? Was that Los?
that's
Yeah,
Los.
close.
That's Los.
Yeah.
That's Los.
Yeah,
Olivera.
Los knows. Los knows. Yeah, man. I mean, Tony is.
Well, he
I
said
mean,
post it. So if you do send us video, we already got one. Okay.
Okay.
So
If he doesn't
So-
say we can post it, we can't post it.
Man, I
We can
think
share it
you guys.
amongst us.
I know we'll all be
If I
watching it.
if I knew how to just jump over and look it up and send it to you now, I would send it to you.
Lane Low Hobbies. Only Derek will receive the replica of the model of the truck.
Oh,
Damn,
Didn't know that, but
Sounds like-
okay.
Hey, it sounds like you're making more money off of fucking Fester.
Damn, dude. Yeah, man. No, well,
There we go.
Fester will have
Santiago.
some merch.
Santiago.
I have the tailgate replica painted by Jonathan Mercado up for sale shortly. Wow.
Oh, I didn't know your brother painted.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. You know, no, just
Wow,
because
there's a
his
lot of
last name-
people. There's like a lot of people chiming in, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, normally like 10:30, like we kind of like take
Yeah.
off on our end,
Jarhead.
but no, we're still
You
going
got us
hard
all
right
acting-
now.
Hell yeah,
Jarhead.
Jarhead. He right about that.
Yeah, and look at us right now. I'm like, second grade me is screaming and jumping up
Oh,
for joy.
middle school me is already
yeah.
doing it.
You know, like wishing
Man,
I
I'm
had
so
my
flat. I'm
laminate.
flattered, guys. I'm so flattered.
So
You have no
this
idea.
is-
Yeah, no, one of my guys already asked me. It's his birthday tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
our time, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Hey, can you cover for me for a couple hours so I can go to dinner with my kids?" I was like, "No, I can't. I might be your boss, but I have something way more important than your birthday right now." And this is me reliving my middle school era.
This is something.
You know,
that-
like I was like, I can't, dude. I
it's
can't.
yeah for me to sit there like to think about it now, like fuck,
See,
young me is going, damn, you're
Santiago is just
Yeah,
on it right
it-
now.
it's
Man.
because around that time
Yeah.
you guys made it happen. You know what I mean? You guys, a lot of you guys and a lot of different other mini trucks paved the way.
Mini trucks,
Mini
mini
trucks, full
lowriders.
size, you know.
What?
So
what
do
was
you
it?
think that the mini trucks are making a full comeback? Do you think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Definitely.
contemplating selling my Suburban that's
So he
doored
can
and
get it.
bodied to get a mini
What?
again.
Yeah.
And I just acquired it in December.
What about you,
And then
Wes?
I'm working on mine. And then I have two Mazdas. that are
But I'm
one-
contemplating going back.
Wow.
So-
I'm contemplating going back. Oh, I
Jordan
met
said
Derek back in '91
in
in
SD.
SD.
He's a great
San
guy.
Diego.
Yep.
Oh, thank
Nice.
you, Jordan. Tell him I appreciate that, man. Thank
Tanya,
you.
man. Tanya, like
Born in 91.
right now it's like
You didn't have a choice.
for me it's like going to the mall. When I was in high school, it was like you put a big ass system in your shit, you drive around and try to set off the car alarms.
Oh, hell
Yes,
yeah.
that's exactly
Yeah.
what you did
Yep.
And
when I would watch my brothers and them go drive around.
But
Yep.
and that's the thing. Then when your system didn't hit hard enough, well, then you drove through the parking lot.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
parking
just so you can get
structure.
that echo.
But get that
And you
echo.
always had to look for where there's glass on the building so you could watch your vehicle roll by.
Exactly.
Yep.
In between Cactus and 27th Ave.
I was just about to say
Peoria.
that. I was just about
Yep.
to say that.
Yep, it's still there.
No way.
Yeah,
that is
still
like
there.
the best
Still there.
stretch where.
Right.
Oh my god,
Yep.
I'm so sidetracked every time I went down that road because I was like,
Oh yeah.
because I lived on 33rd and Cactus.
Yep. You would literally get off on Cactus. Why are we getting off on Cactus? Metro's at Peoria. No, just
Correct.
don't worry about it. Like
You gotta
you would
make
just, like,
sure your
freak eye.
gotta make sure your shit looks right before you go.
Yep.
Right? And you're-
you have to.
Man,
You have
loved
to.
it. Loved
That's
it.
what
Loved
And
it's
it.
about.
it's still the same. Still.
Arizona's calling, Derek.
Santiago says, I love the 90s. I have a 99 GMC SLE 1500 Lord. Nice. And then that's the thing, like back then trucks were you can go buy a mini truck project for $600, $500, $300 if the guy really was desperate. and
got
you
a
had
$500
catch,
project.
and you
in
got
the backyard.
$500 project.
I've got a $500 S10 sitting out in the backyard, extended cab body.
I'm not bodied. Mine is not. But
Oh.
I lay enough.
Wait.
Carlos says, I think his brother had a Toyota Celica with big bass.
Actually, that was my cousin Terrence.
We're just pulling it all out. Nope.
Nice.
Nope.
Wow,
not
that
your
was my cousin
Okay.
Terrence. Yeah, he had an older, like a Celica, but man,
Rounded
it
one?
was, yeah, it was
What
like
year?
But it's gonna be 40
ooh.
MK4.
I
This
want
is
to say it
rounded
was like
one.
an 80.
No?
Early
like-
80s, mid 80s.
It was like the hatchback Celica and
Yep, the MK3. Not the Fast and Furious stuff, right?
no. It
Super
was like
square.
a
Before that.
two-tone. It came factory in like a two-tone blue kind of.
Yep.
I think it was.
That's the super square.
Yeah, the MK3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the super square.
Super.
It was a 1 year that like showed up, and then after that, I was like, where the fuck did that body go? And then it was
Correct.
they turned
Yeah,
it
he had
else.
like two. Yeah, he had like I don't know how many 12s he had in it, but man, yeah, it would kind of take your breath away a little bit.
Santiago says, I still look for the polished
Polished
tankers to do that.
I don't know what we're
I don't know
talking
what
about.
that. I
To
don't
do
know what that
that, to
means.
do the gas, try to put the gas tank in the
Oh,
in the firewall. See, and what there was a mini truck that did that. There was one mini truck that did that put the gas tank in the firewall.
who?
And,
Anybody rock
and
the
they-
ski racks on the roof?
No, nobody.
Oh no, yeah, they still do.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah,
They came
no.
back, full circle.
Everything
Bro,
full circle.
Out
Got the
here,
facts.
it's all for full circle.
Dual wiper
the
blades and the baby turbo mirrors.
Yep.
What?
The sport mirrors, the ground effects.
The long
the-
rear view mirror inside the.
Yeah,
yeah.
the one, the one that they put in the golf carts. Yeah, like that one.
Yep. Man, oh man, what a
Yeah,
man.
so- Because
Yeah, there's people intentionally that are trying to go back
yeah,
to the 80s and early 90s
Yep.
style because that's what they grew up with. And I don't know where they're finding the parts for them, but somewhere or another, somebody is either got new old stock or somebody's reproducing
Kenny
stuff.
says I have a set of baby turbo mirrors in the garage. Nice.
Wow.
Kenny,
Or
shit's
they're-
fucking-
Kenny's
Wow.
always-
Everybody's just like revamping their whole adolescence.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's buying stuff. Like it's all
No,
coming back.
and that's the thing. It's not even buying. It's just
It's getting a hold.
Do you
Yeah.
No,
see-
it's just
do you-
holding
wait a minute,
what was
gentlemen,
Alright.
gentlemen,
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
gentlemen. Do you
more
see? Do you see
Okay.
how your guys' podcast is allowing people to relive their adolescence and
Yeah.
and speak about?
For
But
all
that's
of us.
what that's what I'm
That's
saying.
all
But
we do.
you guys are
Lane,
are
I just give an example. We have 10K custom parts and working on a replica.
Wrap with envy.
Damn.
Working on a replica wrap. A sticker they can just put it on there.
It's just not going to be the same, though.
No, it's not. It's a sticker.
It's so different.
Oh, see, Kenny,
Ooh,
still have a
Kenny.
few of my OG black.
Man, I remember
Orion
I
ants.
remember the 50-watt Orion red that would bridge down to a quarter of an ohm stable, and
Yep.
would
those
just
are the ones that those are the ones that my old roommate has in his. I
There you
believe so. He has them in his Silverado.
what?
Yeah.
97 S10 extended cab short bed with 24 10-inch or 10s wall behind the
The
seats.
24 10s,
Jesus Christ.
24 10s wall behind the seat.
Oh,
each
so
one.
it's bet you it's like this, and then
Kenny,
It's probably like this,
Yeah.
like how they face one way and the other way.
Yeah, 225 red.
Yeah, 225.
Yep.
I have
Oh,
black.
I have
Yep,
all
there
black
it is.
22 or 222s and
225.
red
Oh my
225.
god, that red Orion, the 225 at a quarter ohm set is
Yeah.
just it's man,
Monster.
pardon my French, but it ain't balls, it's all that shit
Mhm.
is just man, that
It just
thing right
Ow.
And it puts up a lot of the fucking shit from back then.
Unbelievable.
Puts up the stuff.
unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
That and I also had I used to have a Punch 600 and the 1000, the one with the fan in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
The red amps are bananas.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. That's putting it
There
mildly.
they are.
Oh, yeah. So
And the fun part is that some people still have them.
yes. Oh, people
Not
are buying
not
it.
I
just
had some old Orion stuff. I still have some old PPI
I
stuff.
I got
get so hot it'll burn your skin.
Oh yeah.
But still keep going. But still
Yup.
keep going.
Santiago says had it for a week and pulled it out and sold it.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
What happened?
he went
Damn.
out.
I hope his phone didn't die. Was he on his phone?
I was like, damn.
Okay.
Hold on,
You
everybody.
might have to.
Hold on.
Oh,
No.
oh, oh,
Oh.
oh, oh, wait.
There he is.
You ain't gonna get rid of me.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get rid of me for long. I'm back on.
Shit,
it.
I thought the
Come on.
phone died. I was
Oh,
like,
no,
man.
shit.
Let's
I was
go
wait.
there.
I was waiting to hear that too.
Oh, Chrome Punch. We
Chrome
got Chrome
Punch,
Punch
1,000.
1000. Badass.
Hell yeah.
Yep, I had a Chrome Punch 1000 too, man.
Yeah, we're just going to keep going.
Okay, let's see what
Yep.
it's fucking.
This might be our longest podcast yet.
Are you serious?
Santiago says,
Oh, Santiago.
his daughter was born, so he had to sell him. Hey, it happens.
Yeah,
you know?
that's.
Hey.
I mean, fair compromise.
Yeah,
Okay.
family happens.
Yep,
you
family
gotta
happens.
do what you gotta do for family.
Yes, sir. I have no.
Do you have kids?
I have no kids, guys.
Okay. Fuck yeah. Air high five.
That's why you still had mini truck.
Air high five. Bam. Fuck yeah. So, all right, man. I want to thank you for coming on. Dude,
My
where
pleasure.
can they find you? Where can people find you on like Facebook or
You can find me on Facebook. And normally, I mean, if you hit me up on if people hit me up on Facebook, just not hitting me up, but if you shoot me something like on Messenger, it's probably more chances I'm gonna accept your friend request. If
Okay.
if it's instead of I'm not gonna lie, I've got a little over 1,300 requests.
Hey.
So
Add me.
Oh yeah, add Chris.
Add me.
no,
Yeah,
I will.
add Chris.
Chris,
I will.
no,
I will.
listen,
I will.
Listen, Chris Alberto Newman.
Yeah.
Got it.
All
Add
right.
me.
So-
I will add you happily, bro.
And then
Gotcha.
is it it's are you gonna be doing any car shows? Are you gonna be coming out to any shows?
Are you coming back out here?
I'm
Dino?
thinking I'm gonna come back to when I come to Arizona. I'm gonna reach out to you guys so we can all meet up.
Okay.
And I give you my
Yeah.
I give you my word. You hold me to it. You can hold me to
All
it.
right.
Oh, we
All
got
right, cool. Yeah, hell yeah.
Gonna hold me to it because it's
We're gonna
not a
do it.
problem.
Yeah.
Not
Hell
a
yeah.
problem.
Hell
You guys
yeah.
can hold me to it because I want to see you guys in person. So I
Hell yeah.
I appreciate everything, man. So for
Dude,
real.
we appreciate you for coming on, dude.
Yes.
And talking about your iconic truck and all the awesome stuff you built and giving all of us a trip down memory lane. Like
My
come
pleasure.
to Cali. Jarhead said come to
Jarhead.
Cali.
Come to Cali.
Yeah.
Dot
yeah.
dot dot.
Yeah. So
Dot,
like
dot, dot.
like for us, it's like we're all reliving our childhood. We're all, this
I'm-
is
No, in all reality.
shit, man. I pulled out fucking goddamn
He pulled up
Photo
two.
albums.
He pulled
Photo
up
albums,
two photo
dude.
albums.
2 photo albums. Shit.
Man, I'm
The other
glad.
one
I'm
got
happy.
my
This
Ford
was
Ranger on
this
there.
was a great this is great. This is my first time being on a podcast and it was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, and we got Kenny.
Kenny
OG
says,
king of lowrider and show truck.
yes, he is. He is the king.
Tell Kenny I said thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate all
Kenny.
the kind words, man.
Hell yeah.
He can hear you
From
right
all
now.
of you guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Santiago says, make it out.
Oh yeah. Santiago
Make it
wants
out
me to
to
go
the show.
when he does that when they bust out with the model truck with the
Nice.
truck.
Hell yeah. Dude, if you do go meet up with Jeeves, the guy that built the Red Cat Lowriders.
Oh.
We're still going.
Yeah,
What?
dude. Because I'm telling you, if you get with that guy Jeeves who built the Red Cat Lowriders, see if you can collaborate and build a RC Lowrider.
Hey, right here.
Jeeves is the
Santiago.
one.
He just says, I know I will make it. Hell yeah.
Oh,
There
it's
you go.
gonna keep going. Hang on. We're not
You know
done.
what?
not
Jeeves
done.
is
There we
J
go.
is it JEVIES, something like that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I met him in
Oh.
Germany. He went with me to Germany. I met him up in Germany.
Hey,
Los a true legend, yes.
yeah, see?
He is a true
Appreciate that,
legend.
Los.
Oh, no, buddy.
True legend right here.
No.
I appreciate
Damn,
that,
everybody's-
Los. Thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Jeffrey, yeah.
Going.
That's him. That's him.
Keep going.
Bro, he
I
was in
can't even
Germany
drink my
with
damn
me.
beer.
All right. You'll make it WWE in a remote control. It would take yeah. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying, dude. That'd be
To make
bad.
the bed go up,
remote
to make the
control.
bed go up and down, like
Yep.
That
and
would
then
be dope.
and then have a
Have
little
it-
fucking topper spin.
Man,
Jeeves, if you hear us, Jeeves, make it happen. Collaborate with your buddy. Collaborate.
real.
Hit him up.
Yeah, next time you come back to Phoenix, buddy,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
just hit any one of us up, dude. We got you all day.
Santiago says,
man, I
$10
already said you
salad.
guys can hold me to it. You'll see. You'll see.
$10
And I'll make sure I give you guys at least a week notice or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Bro, you can give me a day notice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cancel my plans.
Yeah,
like,
this is
we
one
do
of
it.
those-
I
this is one of those,
appreciate that,
man.
man. I appreciate. I
Yeah.
know everybody's got a family and stuff like that,
Oh,
but I will definitely.
I
keep in
got a
touch.
family. I've got a family
So-
of 5. So
Moses,
trust me,
did I send you
got
my
this.
phone number?
No, you did not.
I'll
Just,
send
send it
you
to me on
guys. I'll
Messenger.
send you guys. I'm gonna accept your. I'm gonna do the friend request, and I'll send you guys my phone
All right,
number.
cool.
Phone number.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
All
And we'll
right.
just fucking see that. Yeah.
Okay,
So
where can everybody find
He
you?
said-
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook is probably the easiest way to find me.
All right,
Facebook
cool.
is probably the easiest way to find me. I don't know any way else to really find me because I'm just normally working. So yeah, Facebook would be easiest.
All right. Hell yeah.
All right.
So, hell yeah, man. We want to thank you for coming on and thank you the time
My
out of your
pleasure.
night.
My
Join
pleasure.
us. And
My pleasure.
guys, give it up to the man, the legend himself.
Thank you, man.
All
I
right.
appreciate
Thank you,
you guys
Derek.
very much.
Thank you,
All
Derek,
right.
for joining us, and we will see you
Y'all
on the
stay
next
blessed,
one.
man, and I'll catch up with you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
soon.
You too, man.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
All right,
So-
man. Sounds good.
From the
All right,
rest
man.
of us here at the Late Frame Podcast, we want to wish everybody a good night. Take it easy, guys.
Good night.
Later, Derek.